Hello. Alright guys, this is just a test. I'm kind of testing this live Google Hangout chat, and I'm not for sure how to invite others into it, but I would like to invite people to join. I'm not for sure how to do that yet. Okay, I see. To invite people. If you hear something in the background, that's Goro chewing on an antler. Okay, it looks like I got one viewer so far. I'm going to say Merry Christmas to that one viewer. Hope you had a good one. I had a good one today, but I ate way too much, and it's time to head back to the gym and get that going again, because I way overdid it today. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Invite people to this call. Let's see here, top. I will invite my YouTube top fans. Invitation has been posted. We'll see what happens. Okay, I've got 3 viewers. Don't know. This is my first time, guys, trying this out, so just kind of testing the waters here. If I get somebody in here to talk, it'll be much more interesting. I've been watching D. Sardi. You guys know who that is? He's been doing some Google Hangouts like this, and they've been working out pretty well. He's had about 3 or 4 people on there, and they just talk about different things and stuff pertaining to guns and homesteading. So we shall see. Somebody, I don't know here. Somebody want to type something? See if I can see it in the chat. So what do you guys think the new Glock's going to be? I personally think that the new Glock is going to be a 9mm, but I think it's going to be totally redesigned. I don't think that it's going to be a single stack G26. I think that the new Glock is going to be a total redesign. I've heard rumor that it's going to be a 380. I just can't see Glock wanting to go that route with 380. Glock already makes two models of 380. One's the size of the G19, and one is the size of the G26, but it works off of a blowback design. So, in my opinion, it doesn't have the reliability of all the standard Glocks, because we're talking about a Glock that uses a blowback system, which is their 380. So these gun companies are pretty much able to make a 9mm as small as companies used to make 380s not too many years ago. So I just don't think it would benefit Glock to be coming out with a new model that's totally redesigned, but in 380. I think it's going to be a 9mm. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see till SHOT Show. Let's see if I can. Can anybody see what I just typed there in the chat? You might have to go into your Google Plus account, guys, and look up my name up in there and watch me in there, and then you could type to me in the chat room here, because I'm not seeing anything being typed in. You know, if anybody has any questions, just type them over. If you want to talk about gun stuff, send me a question over, and I'll be glad to answer it. You know, I'm live right now. If you're on YouTube and you're typing under the video, I'm probably not going to see what you're typing. So go into your Google Plus account and go ahead and send something over to me if you have a question or a comment. Maybe I'll go invite David Sardi over. I know he does these a lot, and maybe he could give me a tip on how to do this. I'd like to start doing these more often. If I can just get somebody over here that I can see comments. And pretty soon I will actually be doing this where I'm on video. Not tonight, but at some point I will. Okay. I don't know, maybe can you guys even hear me out there? I hope you can. Okay, somebody, send me over some questions, send me over some comments, anything. Anything you want to chat about, send it on over. If I'm not seeing your comments, go look me up in your Google Plus account. You do it there. Well, I hope this is going through. Not for sure what's going on here. Um, so what do you guys think is going to be? What do you guys think is going to be going on at SHOT Show this year? Besides a new Glock, I'm thinking there's going to be some exciting new things there. I wish I could go, but I'm not going to be able to make it. Okay, I'm seeing comments here. I'm on my phone, and I'm looking at my YouTube account from my phone, and I'm seeing comments under the video, but I can't see comments, those comments on the page that I'm on my computer where I'm broadcasting this from. So, like I said, guys, this is the first time I've tried this. Yeah, I got a cam, but I don't want to go on cam right now. I'm just kind of laying back and relaxing, and I will go on cam, just not tonight. I'd like to start doing more of these videos. And Merry Christmas to you, Steel City Coach. And howdy back at you, Mr. Mustang 990. Okay, I personally think what Glock needs to do next is I think that Glock needs to come out with some kind of a carbine. You know, something it's probably be along the lines of something that shoots the 5.56 or the 308, and make a carbine and put it on the market at a competitive price. And I think that it would, you know, something like that could probably start to dominate the market and make Glock a lot of money. Now, we don't know if Glock already has something like this in the works, because what happens is when one of these gun companies, especially like Glock, that has a reputation for having a firearm that is able to be one of the most durable on the market, Glock could have a rifle out there that they've been testing for a couple years now. You know, they would want to work all the bugs out and not put something out on the market that's not going to run right or work right. You know, to have to go back to the drawing board and do a redesign. So we don't know if there could be some kind of rifles or carbines that Glock has had and maybe have been working on for a couple years or so, because I'm sure they'd want to put something like that through its paces before they came out with it. Something sticking along the basic simplistic design of being very easy to disassemble, like the Glock handgun. Something that's very durable, though. You know, I like the AR-15, and I think the AR-15 rifles run great if taken care of properly. But I'm sure that Glock would want to go a step beyond that in the durability of their rifles and be able to market this with commercials and things that would show this gun doing things that other rifles can't handle and still making it through the test. Because that's kind of Glock's claim to fame right there. You know, so, you know, can they redesign the wheel? We don't know yet, but it's possible that. I think if I was marketing director for Glock, I would focus on, first and foremost, I would focus on the looks of the rifle. Now, I know you may say, well, you know, that's you know, you want something that's practical and things like that. But here's the thing: to a lot of the general public, the first thing that draws them to something is what they see visually. You know, while yes, it would have to run great and be reliable, I think that something that is visually striking, looks very tactical, is what would be a good route for Glock to go if they came out with a carbine. You know, they've I don't know how much more they can do with the handgun stuff. You know, I like the original design, and I would be worried to go to a different design if Glock were to start revamping and changing the total design of a Glock. You see, we have over 25 years with the same, basically the same gun that came out over 25 years ago. So we know its track record. We know its reliability. We know what it's going to do. If Glock were to revamp something and come out with a totally different styled gun where it was a ground-up rebuild, they're going to kind of starting over at ground zero with that model. We're not going to know, you know, if that gun's going to stand the test of time and how it's going to hold up. So I don't think it would be something in Glock's favor to start redesigning their handguns and going that way, because anything that's redesigned is not proven yet. Go lay down, girl. Go lay down. Go on. Go. But definitely, they need to come out with something new. You know, in this. You know, if they want to try for a model of maybe a 9mm and totally redesign a 9mm single stack and make it very small to compete in this carry concealed market, I can see that being one viable option, but not totally revamping the whole line. That's just something that they can't do. They can't afford to do that. Okay, let me look and see if I got any new comments on my. I'm gonna look on my phone here. I don't know how to see my YouTube comments from. If any of you guys want to send me over a question or comments or something to talk about, I think you have to look me up on your Google Plus account and message me in there, and I'll be able to see it. And this is live right now. Anybody that's listening to this, this is live. Live as 11:33 p.m. Okay, I'm going to see if I got anything sent over on the comments on my phone. Mr. Mustang 990, I got your question on here. I don't have as many Glocks as I used to. I used to have a lot of duplicate models and just a ton of different Glocks, and I thinned those models out. I didn't keep the duplicates and things any longer. I just didn't feel there was a need to. The market is so flooded with Glocks, used Glocks, police trade-ins. There's really no benefit in me keeping several models of the same Glocks. I mean, there's been times I've had 3 G21s at once and 2 or 3 G17s and things like that. But, you know, for me, there's just really not a reason to keep that many duplicate models and things on hand. So I have thinned them out somewhat, and maybe, you know, traded into other guns or sold and bought other guns or something like that. Somebody asked me, what do I think of the M&P? While I do not have a lot of experience with the M&P, I think it's a great handgun, and one of the things I especially like about the M&P is the low bore axis, which is how high the slide goes above your hand when you fire. Excuse me, guys, I got a cold. And it's starting to come down, but it's still a little bad. The low bore axis on an M&P is a very good design, and you don't have that much gun above the web of your hand when you shoot, and that's the goal. The less gun you have above the web of your hand, the easier that gun is going to be for you to control and keep double taps and other rounds on target. So that and everything I've seen with the M&P from people that I know and trust that do videos on YouTube is the M&P is very accurate. Um, I also really like I got an XDM 5.25 9mm, and I really like that gun. It seems to be very accurate for me. So I'm just not, I'm not Glock everything. I know a lot of guys think that I think every gun should be a Glock, and that's not the case. I have and have had several different models of firearms, and have found good firearms from every company out there, pretty much. I mean, I would agree, as somebody put on here about me being like particularly a Glock guy. Yes, that's true. Like where if you have questions or if you have a problem with a Glock and you're looking for an answer, and I have helped many people. I've given people my phone number before. This was on a rare occasion. Somebody was having a problem with a Glock that they owned, and rather than type everything out, it was just easier for me. And I told this guy just to call me on the phone, and I let him call me, and right over the phone, I told him what to do, and he fixed his Glock, right then and there. I forget what it was. I think it was maybe he couldn't get the slide off. So I just helped him right over the phone, and figured it was easier for him to explain to me what was going on than to keep typing messages back and forth. But as far as things like that go, yeah, I consider myself a Glock guy. But like I said, I've got nothing against M&Ps and XDs, and have owned pretty much not all the models, but guns from those companies. Okay, let me see here if I got any more questions. Okay, somebody wanted to know what my thoughts are on running an RMR on Glocks or M&Ps. Um, I had a Glock. I had this custom Glock some years ago. I don't think I have. I might have videos of it up. I'm not for sure. It was a Caspian slide that was hand lapped, and all the parts in the Glock were like the frame were like professionally polished, and a guy that did jeweler's work did the work on this gun, and I I couldn't get used to the it had an RMR type sight on there. I couldn't get used to it. It just wasn't something that I was accustomed to. I'm not saying that it was bad. It's just it wasn't something that I was accustomed to. Same thing with lasers. I have used lasers, several different lasers, the internals, the CTCs on Glocks, and I can't get used to the fact of looking over the gun and firing. It's just not. If you haven't shot with a laser, it's a different experience, because instead of aiming down your sights, you're just basically holding a gun out in the general direction, and you're looking over the gun. So it's something that you have to get used to. It's not something you just pick up and you take off with. Um, I did like the Glock internal laser. The only issue with that is it doesn't take many rounds before the internal laser gets a coating of carbon on it, and it starts to affect what you see on the target, because it's right below the barrel, and there's a lot of debris, guys, that come out of that barrel. You can't really see by eye because it's happening so fast, but there's a lot of debris behind that round, and the laser on the target will start to look kind of scattery, after not many rounds of target practice. Somebody asked me, would I recommend the Aimpoint H1 or the T1? Well, Me personally, I don't have night vision equipment, but I like the one that's night vision compatible. And when you get up into that kind of money, you're not talking about a big difference in price. But if you're looking to cut corners any way you can, there's nothing wrong with going with the H1 that doesn't have the night vision. You know, now just keep in mind though that these things do hold value, and if you ever go to resell it, that H1 will sell for less, of course. But I kind of like the excuse me. I kind of like the one that's night vision compatible, just in case. Okay, I am going to get a. Here's a question or a comment. I am going to get a new handgun for New Year's. I hope to get a Ruger Special Red Hawk Alaskan and 454 Casull. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's that'll kick like a mule. Mr. Mustang 990. That's funny. I'd probably have to take the 9mm in the leg. Yeah, ballistic expansion. I've been watching the D. Sardi, David Sardi, the guy from Tennessee. I've been watching some of his live chats, and that's what kind of prompted me to test one out here and to see what I think of it and to see if any of my viewers like this. And if I get a good response from this, I will start doing this where I'm on cam and, inviting more people over to join the chat with me. The only thing I can't figure out is I have a message box up here, and nothing that anybody's typing is coming over to me in this message box. So I'm typing letters, and I'm sending it right now. I'm typing, and I think it's because you have to message me through Google Plus on my video. I'm not seeing what people are messaging me on YouTube, but I'm on my phone looking at my YouTube account and looking at it there, if that makes any sense. Let's see if there's anything else. Well, I'm trying to think of something else to talk about. Okay, I'm going to go to my video manager here and see if I can it's not going to work for me. I don't understand why I can't see my YouTube comments from this chat that I'm on. Okay, somebody said something about 50 Beowulf. What's your question? Person who put 50 Beowulf in a question mark. Yeah, if you're asking me, I still have mine, and I haven't shot it for a while. I think the 50 Beowulf is a pretty fun gun. It's more bordering on a novelty type firearm, I'd say. It is really fun to shoot watermelons and stuff with and play around with. It'd be a good hog gun, if you're down in Texas or something. But it's not real practical. to spend that kind of money on something like that. And the ammo is proprietary, which means that one certain company makes the ammo, and you have to buy it from that company, or you can reload your own. But ammo's pretty expensive, and it's not real easy to get. You can order it online, but you're not going to find it like at Cabela's or something, I wouldn't imagine. None of my local gun stores carry 50 Beowulf, but I like the rifle pretty well, and it seems to be pretty reliable. And it's definitely not a long-distance rifle. The rounds go subsonic after 200 yards. So, you're looking at about a 200-yard rifle, which is pretty decent, but, it's not nothing you're going to go out and play with long range. Okay, see if I got any new comments. Can anybody see what I'm typing? Or like I said, if you want to, go to your Google Plus page, type in my name and find me, and look for where it says my live broadcast, and there should be a way for you to type to me where I can see it on here. It's called the group chat. So, I don't know, maybe that's if I have other people in here that's chatting with me. I wish I'd get somebody else in here. If somebody wants to join, let me know and I will invite you in. Okay, I'm going to invite invited all my friends on on Google Plus. So we'll see if anybody takes me up on that offer. Okay, guys, I'm still checking for comments, so if you got a question, just leave it. I'm looking at my comments now. Okay, somebody wanted to know, do I reload? And do I cast bullets? Excuse me. Reloading is something that I have been meaning to get into now for a good few years, and I've never taken the plunge yet to get into it. Now more than ever is the time to reload, because rounds have went up more expensive than they've ever been. Even the stuff at Walmart, that used to be dirt cheap, even that stuff is sky high. So this is the time to be reloading. And if I ever did get into reloading, there was a setup, I think it was a Dillon, I can't remember the model number, but it was a multi-stage progressive reloader, and I seen somebody using one on YouTube, and I really liked it pretty well. And I definitely would start reloading for my 50 AE Desert Eagle rounds. I have a nice little stock of rounds, boxes of rounds stored up for the Desert Eagle. That is definitely a round that I would like to reload, and I'm sure I could get, who knows, maybe half a dozen reloads out of each case. I don't know for sure. 357, 45. I don't shoot a lot of 40. 49 millimeter. What else? I don't shoot a lot of 500 Magnum. I've got two 500 Magnums. I've got the 8 3/8 inch barrel and the 4-inch barrel, but that would definitely be one that I would reload. Somebody was asking me about my thoughts on the Glock 380 single stack, and Yeah, I already kind of talked about it a little earlier. I think if they were going to do that, that they could make a really, if they were going to redesign a gun that was 380 and single stack, I think they could, just make a 9 millimeter and redesign a gun and make it pretty small. If they go to 380, the whole design of the gun's going to change because the two Glock models that are 380s that are out there right now, those are a blowback design, not a rotating lug design. And I don't know if that blowback can ever be as reliable as the standard Glock. I'm not saying it's not because I've never fired or handled a Glock 380. They have two models out. Now, some of you may wonder, why does Glock have 380 caliber guns out? And especially when one of the 380 models is the size of the G19, same exact size, and one of the 380 models is the size of the 26. The reason that Glock has these 380 caliber guns out in the same size as other guns is because there are countries where the civilians cannot have the same round that the military uses. So if their military uses 9 millimeter NATO, the civilians in that country cannot own any handgun that fires 9 millimeter. They're banned from it. So that leaves a market for Glock to sell 380 to. And that's pretty much exclusively where these Glock 380s were going, because there's no benefit to a Glock 380 right now because they're not any smaller than the 9 millimeter Glocks. So there would be no reason there would be no reason for someone to want a 380 Glock right now when it's the same size as a G19. Exactly. The dimensions are exact. There would be no reason to downgrade from a 9 millimeter to a 380. Excuse me there. Same thing with a 38 Super that you find in 1911 style guns in Mexico and things like that. That's where the 38 Super is used pretty much exclusively because 45 is a round that's used in the military, and they can't. The standard people of the country can't own that, can't buy that round. So that's where your 38 Super 1911 style guns come from. I've never been a fan of that round, and really don't ever think I'd want anything to do with that round myself. Oh, it's cold. Okay, let me check and see if there's any more questions or comments on here. Quit it, Goral. Okay. All right, ballistic expansion. Take it easy, buddy. Hey, MXF 7010 G8K. What's up, Mike? Spyderco fan, you shot a Glock 19. Sweet. Oh, you cast your own 45 ACP, huh? No, I can't make it to SHOT Show. That's clear on the other side of the country from me, and I'm just not going to be able to make it over there. Okay, I'm not for sure how to invite someone. This is new to me. I will try to invite someone here. Okay, here we go. Spyderco fan. Spyderco. I can't do it. I don't think you're in Google Plus or something. You're not coming up. Go ahead and try to invite people again. See if I can get anybody that wants to come on here. You know, maybe this will be a little bit better once I figure some of this stuff out. I just don't know all what I'm doing right now with it, especially with the comment thing. Yeah, you know, I was kind of surprised. I was at the NRA convention a couple years ago, and Taurus had a couple of carbines that looked pretty interesting. Never seen one in the market. Never seen a video of one on YouTube. I don't think they ever made it to the market, but I was handling them, and they seemed pretty good. I got a video up with them on my NRA convention video from a couple years ago, and for some reason, it just didn't make it. I like the Walther PPQ. I've never fired one yet. No, I haven't sent Elliot any knives. Hey, Mike, you want to come into the, I'm going to invite you into the chat here. See if I can add you in here. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to send an invite over to you on Google Plus there. I got to let the dogs out before they go on the floor. I will be right back. I just got to walk to the other side of the house, and I'll be back. Come on. Okay, I'm back. I am here. Mike, if you're on, did you get my invite? Okay. Okie dokie. Okay, any more questions? Excuse me. I've got a cold going. Any more questions or comments this fine Christmas evening? I'm on my phone looking at my YouTube comments for this video, and might be able to answer your question. Okay. Oh, Mike, you didn't get it? Oh, somebody asked me if I was going to get a Tavor. That is one gun that I really, really want bad. Um, I've wanted that gun for quite a while. And I haven't seen a lot locally. The first thing I would do if I got a Tavor, and you can look this up on YouTube if you haven't seen this, is the first thing I would do is the trigger job to it. There's a trigger job you can do to that gun that just takes minutes to do, and it just really changes the whole concept of that gun. Now, anytime you have a bullpup, you always seem to have a trigger that's I'm not going to say terrible, but it's always kind of on the bad side because you got linkage, because your trigger is so far forward, from where your action is. You always have more to push when using that trigger than you do with a standard rifle, so to speak, if that makes sense. So bullpup triggers are known to not be as good as standard rifles. That's just kind of the nature of the beast when you go with a bullpup design. But Keltec KSG is another one I'd like to get a hold of, but I'm not going to pay the outrageous price. The Keltec KSG is pretty much street value on that, and when I say street value, I mean like if they were mass produced and they were out in all the stores. I don't actually mean on the street, like out of Tony's trunk. I mean, if the Keltec KSGs were mass produced and the market was flooded with them, they would be about $400 at a store. Believe it or not, that's all that they were supposed to be. These prices of maybe 500, maybe 500 at the most. So when I go to a gun store and I see that they have one and it's 1,300, it's just ridiculous, man. There's no way I'm going to pay 1,300 for that. If Keltec wants to send me one for field testing and reviews, then by all means, I will go that route. But I haven't gotten any messages from them wanting to send me one yet. So we'll see on that. I'd also like to get the PMR 30, the one that shoots a 22 Magnums. That's kind of a neat little gun, and your ammo wouldn't be real expensive. Another gun I really want is a 5.7. I can't even think here. Oh, my brain's... I had too much to eat today, guys. The FN57 handgun. I've handled one. I haven't fired one, and that is also something that I would like to have pretty much. I really like how they put the polymer over the metal on the top, so the whole gun has a polymer feel to it. Because even on the slide, they could put polymer over the metal. So it's just a really interesting design. Let's see here if I got anything else. Somebody wants to know what's the next gun I plan to buy. I don't know for sure, and I'll tell you the reason I say that. A lot of times when I buy a gun, it's because I'm looking in the used market and I see a deal that's just too good to pass up. Somebody needs money, they're selling a gun, and I do a face-to-face private transaction, and I get something that I really wasn't even in the market for. Or I may just be browsing gun stores or something, and I'll see something that I want that the gun store has. So I gotta let the dogs in. They're barking. It's like 18. It's like 22 degrees here. I'll be right back. Okay, so I am here. The dogs are good. They got a treat. They're happy, and all's well. Okay, let me see here. Let me see. I don't know. A little bit of a rant here, guys. You know, I don't mind helping people out on YouTube, people that start channels and people that want to start doing videos, and especially people that's been good subscribers to me, that I've known before they start doing videos. I've always helped them out and promoted them and have no problem with that. You know, you guys would be surprised, as my subscribers, how many of you I know by your name and your avatar immediately when I see it, and you may have never even put your face on YouTube, but it's like, boom, I know who I know who this person is. You know, I see them all the time. You know, guys leave me comments and stuff. It's pretty amazing like that. You know, you really wouldn't think that it is that way. And after doing this for 5 years, and I've got 12,100,000 and some odd views to total to right around 600 videos, that there is people that I recognize by their name and avatar, and I've always helped people out. I've had people like, you know, that were subscribed to me for a couple of years, and they say, you know, hey, I'm going to start a channel up. You know, what should I do and all this, and I help them, and I give them a shout out or whatever. But here's the thing. Here's the rant part. YouTube has a thing now where I can go in and I can see who's subscribed to me. And in the past, there were people that started out doing gun channels, and you know, they'd say, hey, you know, can you put me on your linked on your channels on your page? You know, on your channel section, which means if somebody goes to subscribe to me, then they also have the opportunity to subscribe to this other group of people that I have on my channel page. Well, I've helped some people out with that in the past and left them on my channel page, and these channels grew. They're not huge, and I don't even, you know, I don't know how many they have, but they're not huge. Well, and then these same people are no longer even subscribed to me. So I went back into my channel page and I took them off there. You know what I mean? It's like, why? You know, it's like I helped you out when you were new and you had nothing going, and now you're not even subscribed to me for whatever reason, and you know, it just feels kind of like a kick in the gut. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal, and it's not even that I care. You know, I've done videos on here where I've lost several subscribers. I don't care about that. But the fact of the matter is the fact that you know, I went out of my way to help somebody, to try to do what I can for them, and then, you know, and then they just kind of you know, once they get so many subscribers, then they just you know, act like they forget you. And this is kind of my rant for today, I guess. But you know, whatever it is, what it is. You know, I'll still continue to help people, and it makes me feel good, you know, to help people out. And you know, I think the more people doing gun videos, the better, especially people that are responsible with the guns, because it puts a good light on us. Nobody's better for us on YouTube than Hickok45. That guy right there has done more for the gun community than any of you will ever know. And what's so good about it is it goes by views and ratings. So when people look up something on YouTube about a gun, Hickok45 is one of the first people that comes up. And like I said, he should be the spokesmodel for all gun owners in America. There is nobody better for us than Hickok45. There's no, you know, better, meeker, kind, down-to-earth person to be representing firearms than him. And it's a good thing that his channel is as big as it is. He's headed toward 1 million subscribers, I believe. I think he's got like 700,000 right now at least, and that's a good thing. That's what we need, you know. My channel with my name, Humans for Targets, not so much. But the thing is, I've explained it before. The Humans for Targets isn't talking about American civilians, but people tend just to not care, whether I tell them that or not. Some people just don't see it. When I made a channel here, I wasn't expecting to do videos when I made a channel back in the day. I just used the Humans for Targets thing because that was an email address of mine I had. And when I came to YouTube, I just thought, well, I'll go ahead and use this name. And then I started doing videos. And I had not planned on doing videos at first. But I thought, hey, I see guys doing gun videos. Because back when I started doing videos, there was not a whole lot of, there was not like a whole lot of people that were doing gun videos. You'd see gun videos here and there, people shooting, but the market just wasn't flooded like it is now. There was a handful of us, and we all knew each other. When this YouTube thing, it was a couple years old when I first started doing videos. And there wasn't many guys doing prepping things and knives and guns. It just wasn't a whole lot. If you typed in gun things, you'd find the same dozen guys, all over YouTube dealing with guns. So that's the way it was back in the day, and it was much funner than it is now to me. When I had like under 500 subscribers, and there was about couple dozen of us doing gun videos, maybe a dozen, 15 people, and we all knew each other, and we joked with each other in our videos. That was probably the funnest time for me ever on YouTube. It was the funnest time ever. I mean, we would do parodies of each other, and we would, just do different things, and it was a close-knit community. But there's so many people in the community now, which isn't a bad thing. But there's just so many people in the community now, it's impossible. It's impossible to be like that anymore. Looking to see if I got any more questions or comments, things like that on here. That's funny, man. Somebody asked me, have you fully escaped that chick you made the video about a few months ago? Well, the fact of the matter is every once in a while I do see her. I mean, not that I go to her house or anything. But I do see her every once in a while. And, we're friendly enough to say hi, wave, Merry Christmas, things like that. How you doing? But that's about the size of it. Are we like boyfriend, girlfriend, or anything like that? No. No, we don't. I don't go to her house, and she doesn't come to my house, and we don't do that type of things. Oh, wow. Somebody on here said they live 20 minutes from Hickok. Yeah, I think the PS90 is a really neat firearm. I handled one, and it was very ergonomic to me. It felt like it was built for me. I'd love to have one of those one day. Get some 50-round mags. Man, I ate way too much today. I mean, you could not believe the amount I ate today. But whew. Planet Fitness is where I go, and I'm gonna have to really go hardcore on the elliptical. Yeah, somebody on here, Digital Prophet, on here left the message, and I seen that titanium Keltec KSG, and I didn't even know they had one of those. I'd like to know what the price difference is. I heard it's a lot lighter than the standard KSG, but that titanium really piques my interest because it'd be a lot more lightweight, and even than the standard one, which I don't think is all that heavy. So that's something I'd really be into. Wow, somebody on here said they bought a KSG and never shot it yet. The only issue I think that would affect me with the Keltec KSG, because I've seen it so many times, and I'm a big guy, you know, and I got big forearms and wrists and everything. I mean, not like a bodybuilder or anything. I'm not like, you know, like that, but I mean, I'm big boned. And when they're ejecting shells out of that out of the Keltec KSG, when the shells eject downward, a piece of the shell catches your wrist, right around your wrist area. And this shell's really ejecting down with force, like so much force you can't even really see it by eye when someone ejects the shell. And that shell catches your forearm and will cut you after you shoot some rounds. You will have a cut when you're near your wrist. That's the only issue that that I'm seeing with them. I know there has been some where there were some problems, but I think all in all, they're excuse me, they are a good running firearm. I know the Military Arms channel had a problem with his, but you know, there's going to be problems with anything. You know, I that's not the norm. You know, the problem that Military Arms channel had with his, that's not the norm. Mr. Mustang asked me, "Do I live in Vegas?" No, I'm in Ohio. Somebody asked me, would I be interested in a Glock 42 if it's a single stack 9mm? Only if the gun is totally redesigned. If it's a single stack G26 or a single stack G19, no way. There's no way. You know, I mean, it just wouldn't be enough of a difference. All I would do is lose ammo capacity. If the gun is totally rebuilt from the ground up, if the Glock 42 is a totally rebuilt 9mm, everything, slide dimension across the top is smaller and totally rebuilt, then yes, I would have one. You know, if anything, just to try out and do, you know, testing on, if nothing else. And the 30S, I don't know. It's cool. I don't know if there was that much of a need for a 30S. I don't think there's that much of a difference. Your slide's just a little bit thinner diameter across the top from left to right. It's not something particularly that I would be interested in. You know, standard 30 would be fine for me. There's not that much of a difference to me in the 30S to go out of my way for. Let me see if I can send a link to this. Mike, I'm going to try to send you a link. Copy this, and I'm going to send you a link on Google+. Let's see here. Hang on. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to Trying to figure out something here. Man, I'm so bad at this stuff, guys. I don't even know how to send a... I'm figuring it out, I guess. I don't even know how to send a message on here. Hmm. Hmm. I'll send it to you over on YouTube, I guess. So if you're on here, Mike, I'm going to send you a private message. Okay. Any of you guys getting to go to the SHOT Show? I sent you the link, Mike. I wish that Cutlery Lover's going to the SHOT Show this year. Him and his girlfriend. So we should get some good videos from him. You know, I don't like... Here's another little rant for me about people that go to SHOT Show. I don't like some of the YouTubers that go to SHOT Show, and this is their video. Hi, I'm so-and-so, and I'm here at the Ruger booth. Here is Gary to tell us about the Ruger model such and such. Yeah, hi, my name's Gary. This is a new Ruger firearm. We really think this is an innovative gun design for the market and industry. We really think it's going to sell well, and yeah, we're pretty happy and pleased to have this model out. What's the price point on that? Well, the price point is going to be about $600, and you can look for it about $500 street value. Okay, thank you for your time. That is starting to be the standard of the SHOT Show videos that I'm seeing, and I just don't, I just don't like it. It's just not. It's just not something that's interesting to me. So that's just my take on it. Where is everybody at? Come on, somebody join the chat. Here we go again. I'm going to invite you. Mike, you've been invited again. Okay, let's see. What else you guys want to talk about? Shoot me a message over. And I will see if I can know enough to help you out or to chat about what you want to know. Oh, Mike, you called it, buddy. How did you know? No, I don't want to but I don't want to single anybody out. But you know what I'm talking about. Okay, somebody said that we know that the Glock 42 is a 380. I wasn't aware of that. Mike, I sent you a link to the chat in a private message on YouTube. Don't know if that'll work. I'm not even sure how to do this. Mike, one thing you might want to do is go to Google Plus. Go to your Google Plus account. Look me up on there. And go to this video and see if it gives you an option to join. I was not aware that the Glock is a 380. Do we really know that for sure? Because I have not heard. I don't know how everybody would know when they're going to unveil it at SHOT Show. I don't know how people would know right now what it is. So I can't speak one way or the other on that. I would like to get a Daniel Defense AR-15. I think they're a very good quality rifle, and I would like to put an Aimpoint Micro on there. You know, while I don't buy into all the hype, I have seen some testing with the Daniel Defense, and it does look to be a very durable rifle. And a relative of mine has one, and I like it real well. Photo was leaked. What's that mean? Oh, is that you, Mike?
Oh snap! Oh snap!
All right, let's let's keep it kind of, you know, we'll keep it G-rated, you know.
I'm not sure what that means, but I'll try. I'll try.
No, you know. What's up, Mikey?
Not much. I got the headphones on, so there's no feedback issues. I'm
Awesome,
pre-planned, all this good stuff.
Yeah, you called it. You knew exactly what I was talking about with those SHOT Show videos, didn't you?
Yeah, it kind of got me going last year when she went to the SHOT Show, and not to single her out like you said, but every video, she would post however many videos a day, but all she's doing is going to the booth and like handing it over so they can talk. You're not really... If you go to SHOT Show, you're there so that you can bring something to the party, not so that you can...
Like,
you know.
Here's me, talk about this gun, and then we're going to pan back to me for a minute.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Great. Great work.
Do you remember the one with where Hickok was like off to the side and then he came up and man, I can't remember whose video that was. They tried to have him come into the video like he was just didn't know what was going on. And
oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Sturmgewehr, Fate of Destiny, they all like met up at SHOT Show. And I don't really have anything against them, but
no.
Especially Fate of Destiny though.
No, Fate of Destiny's really cool because she's one of the ones that back in the day she messaged me, and I helped her out somewhat, and she still subscribed to me and watched comments on videos and stuff, and there was just other people that females and stuff that wanted help, and then as soon as they got some subscribers and stuff, it's like, who are you?
Yeah. Use you for what they need, and then they're gone.
Then they're out the door, But yeah, man, I got this cold. I just can't seem to shake it, man.
Yeah, I was just talking last night to somebody who was saying they wanted to get a PS90 now, but talking about all the ammunition problems and everything, not being able to source it. TMH said that I don't think he's shot his in over a year at this point.
No, I bet.
Yeah. If you can't find ammo for it, there's not much use. But they're cool to play with.
Oh, somebody's saying that the photo was leaked for the Glock 42.
Yeah, I watched Yankee Marshall's video, and he went over it. They pretty much give a picture of a page out of a Glock catalog, and it gives all the specs and everything. And it looks like it's 380.
Is it totally redesigned, or is it a G26 single stack 380?
It looks like a G26 single stack 380.
Yeah, see, there's no market for that here. There is no market for that.
No, I'll take a G26 before I take a 380.
Yeah, especially when you're going to blowback time.
Yeah, there's shield. You could go with the shield or whatever, but if you're looking for something
Yeah, I mean, there's just I don't know. It would just have to be a significantly small gun for me to say, oh, cool, I'm going to go down to 380 so I can, because this is small enough I can carry it in
Yeah.
the watch pocket of my jeans.
Yeah, it's no game changer. I mean,
Yeah, so basically I've been seeing you know who David Sardi is?
yeah, yeah,
The guy that was on National Geographic's prepping.
yeah.
He's been doing these, and I thought they were pretty cool. And this is the first time I've tried this, and um, I'm sure like if I type comments here, can you see this now? Me typing,
Oh, yeah, yeah, right on the sidebar.
but I'm not getting my YouTube comments on here.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of things that Google just doesn't have going for it on the chat thing. The one thing that you can say for it is that the subscribers are alerted, and that's like, it gets everybody in there, but other than that, I'd say there's live stream websites like Ustream. I don't know if Ustream is around anymore, but like Justin TV, Twitch TV,
Yeah.
there's a few of them that do everything a lot better. As far as the lag for comments and everything,
Yeah.
like as anyone who's been in one of these and has commented before, there's like a minute of lag, and that kind of makes it hard to keep a decent conversation going.
Wow. Yeah. So, I don't know, man. I'm wondering, it seems like a lot of companies have already came out with a small with a small pocket handgun. So I'm wondering what all new stuff is going to come out at SHOT Show this year.
Yeah, I'm not sure what else they can do.
Yeah, I mean, okay, this says the new 42 Glock 42 is 0.8 inches wide. Okay, so it's supposed to be thinner than the 26. Hmm. It's going to be funny if that's just somebody photoshopped and put out there.
Yeah, that's happened before.
Yeah. Yeah, remember the 1911 Glock?
Yeah, everyone, that got me too. I was like, holy shit, I cannot believe. Oh,
Yeah, I
no.
was like, I seen that, and it had like even the grips and everything looked authentic, and I was like, man, that's real. I seen the picture.
That
and
was a great Photoshop. Whoever did that.
Well, I think it was actually it was an April Fool's joke that was started by Cheaper Than Dirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, someone showed it to me. They were like, look at this. I'd seen the picture on the internet, guys playing around on YouTube, and he said, look at this on Cheaper Than Dirt, and it said, it said it'll be coming soon, and then at the bottom it said in fine print something like or April Fools.
Huh.
And I was like, man, I didn't even know that. But yeah, I think it originated from Cheaper Than Dirt. They were just playing around.
Huh.
Now, if Glock could come out with a carbine, man.
Yeah, like just the same thing as the what is it called? Sub 2000, but made by Glock, something along those lines.
Like I said though, looks. This is where they're really going to have to go wild with looks. They're gonna, I like the sub, the sub 2000, but I don't like how it's like you have the skinny barrel. And
Oh yeah, I'm not necessarily saying looks wise, but like
right.
If Glock could come out with a carbine that looked or that worked as reliably as their handguns did, then there'd be no competition right now, I don't think.
Like one of my favorite looking battle rifles is the Bushmaster ACR. I just like that. I just like the way it looks.
Yeah.
I like the what am I thinking of here? The Scar. I like the Scar, the way it looks. I like the way the stock is on it.
Yeah, I was looking at those Tavors too as well, but I don't know. I've got plenty of other guns on the list that I need to get before I start hopping into bullpups.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The Tavor is pretty sweet. You know, you can do that trigger mod to it, which isn't really that big of a deal.
What is the trigger mod? I hadn't heard of that. I know the trigger was fairly crappy on there, but that's to be expected with bullpups. I never looked into any mods for it or anything.
I can't, you know, don't quote me on this, but I thought it was just removing a piece of metal or something. I can't remember. You can look it up though, the Tavor, you know, trigger
Yeah.
job or whatever, and you'll see it on YouTube.
Yeah.
It was something pretty simple to do.
Yeah, there's usually some grinding and smoothing you can do on anything to make it a little bit
Yeah,
better
well,
than
this
they do
wasn't
from the
that. It was
factory.
like removing a piece of
Oh,
something.
really?
Yeah.
I'll look it up quick.
I think the military arms channel.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it looks like he's got a video on it. I watched this video, but I guess I just forgot it. Yeah, him as well as Hickok, I think, are one of the better channels right now.
Right, but
As
Hickok's
far
the
as
leader of the pack. I mean,
yeah, as far
you know,
as
if you want to talk about versus Nut and Fancy, he's double. He's surpassed Nut and Fancy by double.
yeah, as far as just pure amount of subscribers and
Subscribers,
videos.
views, all that stuff. He's just he's blown him away. You know, if
I
if it
think-
wasn't if it wasn't for like FPS Russia, Hickok 45 would be the leader.
Yeah, I think Military Arms Channel though has a more finished package. Like he could show his stuff on TV right now and get picked up without issue.
Yeah.
But whereas Hickok's still more of a YouTube format. But that's just two differences. It's not like it's a big issue either way.
Yeah, I mean,
And I don't think is FPS Russia making videos anymore. I haven't followed him.
FPS Russia's never did one single video since that happened, and that man, I mean,
Yeah.
with the subscriber base he had, we're talking serious money every time a
Oh
video.
yeah. That surprised me that he's just gonna drop off the face of the earth. He could have had a pretty nice free ride going for himself. But
Well, I don't understand that. You know, now, if there was a contract made, then Keith Ratliff's the one that was killed. His wife would get half of the money still if there was a written contract. But either way, whether he was only getting half still or not, FPS Russia to put out a video, we're talking substantial amounts of money. Even if he put out something that was just him shooting a gun in his backyard, I mean, they were talking serious chunks of money, and he's not even done that.
yeah, and the fact that he went from videos every so often to just nothing is kind of weird.
Yeah, just absolutely nothing. Not even an update. Like, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's like he's done with that. But I'm sure he made enough money to have a nice time for a while at least, because
Yeah.
when you're rocking that kind of views, you're making some headway.
Yeah, I mean, now the land he shoots on is his family's land and stuff, so
Yeah.
it's not like he couldn't take one of those long-range rifles out and, you know, do something with it and throw some tannerite in.
Yeah, even if he wasn't showcasing new guns or huge explosions, I'm sure he's got enough subscribers that if he continually put out new videos, even an update every now and again, he'd still be way up there.
Yeah, I mean, even if he started doing tabletop reviews in his house, you know,
Yeah.
he would still be blowing, it'd still be blowing up his channel, you know, and we're talking substantial amounts of money.
I'm sure that was probably for him. It was more or less a just a way to get out there as far
Yeah.
as YouTube goes. It was a vehicle for his success. It wasn't necessarily that he was that big of a gun guy to begin with. I don't think.
Yeah, he doesn't strike me. You know, some people would probably laugh when I say that, but he doesn't strike me as you know, a true gun guy.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing was a character. Everybody knows that at that point. Just like a lot of the famous YouTube stars that have gone down in
Right.
infamy. They play a character and everybody loves it, but you got to realize that that's not exactly who they actually are. So
Right, he was a gamer. That's what FPS Rusher was. He
Yeah.
was a gamer on YouTube.
And that's how he got so many views, is catering to that crowd, which is millions of people,
Right,
versus
right.
the gun group, which is not nearly as large of a community.
Yeah. Yeah, so, Hickok 45 is really moving up there, man. He's his channel. I think it was either 2011 or 2012. His channel increased so much. Like
Yeah.
I've seen this chart, and Hickok's channel just, I mean, it literally just blew up in a span of like a 6 to 9 month period,
Yeah.
either in 2012 or 2011.
Yeah. The one thing about Hickok is he just doesn't seem to have as much connectivity with everyone else in the community as, and it's to be understood as far as his amount of subscribers and everything goes. I wouldn't expect him to be sending out PMs to everybody daily, but
Right.
he's somewhat connected. You see, he does the meetups with Military Arms Channel and Fate of Destiny and all those, but
Right, and
you can tell that he's not as intertwined in the actual gun community. But
right, and he retired now from his teaching
oh,
job.
he did.
Yeah. Yeah, he's no longer a teacher, so he can, he'll have more time and stuff
Yeah.
to put into this probably. But I don't think he's one that likes to be typing on the computer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure he's an older guy too, obviously.
Yeah.
So.
So he doesn't want to. I don't think he doesn't want to be doing a lot of typing. Now, what would be cool? I've always wanted to see Hickok 45 do a tabletop review.
Yeah.
I mean, he in a way he does. Like he'll do a review and shoot. But like I've always wanted to see him just like have the camera pointing at a table and talk about a gun one time.
Yeah, he knows his stuff as far as the history of it goes, and that's kind of what separates him from a lot of the other guys, I think.
Yeah, and you know what? To tell you the truth, I think Hickok 45 doesn't brag about it, but I think he has if not the biggest collection of guns of us guys on YouTube. Because if you ever see when he does different videos about any kind of gun categories, talking about how many of his own personal guns he brings out and lays on the table, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, like he might talk about old lever actions, and he'll have 9 of his own rifles out there, and that's just in that category.
Yeah. You can tell he's somebody who's been into guns for 30-plus years now. He's not somebody that's just jumped on the scene, and that's another thing that people like. But
right, and I've seen pictures. Hickok 45 was shooting the 44 Magnum in competition shoots in the 70s.
Yeah, he's definitely been in it for a while. And then on top of that, once he's at the level he's at, then companies start asking him to shoot their guns on video as well. So he's
you got to be a pretty
more
big player. For YouTube isn't going to ask just the average guy to do this. You got to be a pretty big guy in the gun community to have them, let you get a test gun. And then what they do for him, and he's talked about this, they offer him a wholesale price on the gun to just keep it, or he can send it back.
Yeah.
Basically a no markup price. They offer him the gun to keep, or he can send it back, and whichever he wants to do. But it's it's pretty cool. To have a range like that, like he does and stuff, has just really worked out good. Have a range right in your backyard.
Yeah. I think I'm not sure 100% on this, but he's the one who got TN Outdoors 9 to even start making videos. Is because they knew each other before.
Yeah, TN Outdoors 9 bought his first gun from Hickok 45 that he's ever owned.
Yeah, he started before
he
that.
bought his first gun right on Hickok's porch.
But even him, you can tell it's a legitimate interest for him. He's not in it for YouTube views or anything like that, and that's what people know that, I think.
Yeah, TN Outdoors 9. is a gun guy. He's a gun guy, and he branched off into something cool because while there's a lot of people that do ammo testing, he was the first one that started hitting it hardcore and made that the theme of his channel. And now he's the leader of of ammo testers. TN Outdoors 9 is the leading guy.
I've been kind of surprised this year though. He hasn't made as many videos as I thought he would. He's kind of, I'm not sure if anything's happened
The
or what.
videos have slowed down a little bit. I don't know why.
As well as he was getting fired up to do that clear gel, which looked pretty awesome. I'm
Yeah,
not sure if you
Clear Gel
saw.
is awesome for testing.
I'm not sure if you saw his videos on that when he was starting to do it, but and then I noticed recently, I'm not sure if it's an older video that he just uploaded or what the deal was, but he was using the old stuff again, just the standard
Right.
ballistics gel. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know, but what I would like to do if this is possible is I would like to do, and I think this would probably be a first, maybe, but I would like to do ballistics testing where I have different sized bones randomly placed in the gel, standing in different ways,
Yeah.
and then shoot through and let the rounds hit the bone, and see, have bones that would like mimic ribs and things, and see
Yeah,
what
it would definitely be more simulating as to what real circumstances would be, but I think the major factor in that is just the consistency. That's why they go with the gel, is it's the same every time.
Right.
And if you hit a bone or something, what's to say it's not going to ricochet off a different way than it would if you shot it a minute later or whatever. But there's definitely, I think there'd be a market for doing something with actual bone structure in it.
Right. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way to simulate that, but it would be expensive. It would not be cheap.
Oh yeah. So what made you want to do this test or whatever? Is it just to see if you can get it working?
I would actually like to start doing this, and probably be on video.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say
times.
too.
But because I'll tell you why. Because when David Sardi and some of them, he had a few people with him on there, I found it pretty interesting to watch. So I thought, if I like watching, these guys talk about different things and discuss things back and forth live on here, I thought, I'm probably not the only one, and there's other people that would like it.
Yeah. I've been getting into more of the moto vlogging, guys who ride motorcycles and stuff, and they have the helmet cameras on.
Yeah.
So that's kind of been my kick over the last year, and there's a core group of those guys as well, and they've been starting to do the live chats. So it's catching on with everybody, I think.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool, and now especially if I can figure out how to see my comments live in real time on here instead of going to my phone and looking at my YouTube video.
I'm pretty sure you do have to have a separate tab open with the, like, you have to start the link, invite all the people you want in on the actual private link,
right,
and then you have to have a separate page open from the YouTube link, and that's where you get your, like I said, it's just not as well-rounded as some of the other places, I don't think.
Yeah.
But I think that the ability to just have all your subscribers know that you're going live right away and to tell everybody kind of outweighs the worse experience.
Right, like he even had it to where like it said like in my subscription list that he had a live event where he was going to be doing a live show, and it said the time.
Yeah, like a be ready type of deal.
Right. Yeah, that's funny. Somebody on here in the comment was talking about, remember the revolver Glock Photoshop?
Yeah, yeah.
That was pretty funny too. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool though. The cutlery lovers going to SHOT Show. That will be.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, that'll be. Yeah, him and his girlfriend is, and that'll be some good videos.
He's lucky to find somebody that seems to have an interest in it.
Yeah, they've been out shooting and stuff, and she seems to have a big interest in it. In fact, she has a Maxpedition bag and has knives and
Yeah.
all this other stuff too. So she seems to be really, really into the stuff. So that's pretty good for him.
Did you see Tex finally got a deer?
I seen that. Yeah, it's kind of odd how that the deer was in a small shed when he shot it.
Yeah, there's some controversy brewing over that.
I seen some of that controversy.
The fact that it wasn't.
I looked at her, she looked at me, and I let my arrow fly.
The fact that it still wasn't on camera, and the fact that there was.
Yeah, I rewound that, or I played it back 20 times. I could not see where that deer was standing that was shot through the eye.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, where?
There's only so much you can say about him.
Okay, well, here we go. Somebody asked me wanted to know how I got into guns. Basically, I was shooting when I was real young. They took me out with 22s, rifle, and a Western-looking revolver, and at a very young age to shoot. And I think by the time I was 11, I think I shot a 12 gauge. And my dad didn't collect guns. My brother didn't collect guns. So all that stuff kind of started with me. But I had an interest ever since I was shooting when I was little, and just kind of went from there.
I think I'm pretty similar in that because my parents didn't have any guns or anything as well.
Yeah.
From being back in grade school, I can remember just having an interest in it. Not from video games or movies or anything like a lot of kids now, but I'm not sure what spiked my interest, but I've always been kind of a doodler and things throughout school and even at home, and I would always draw guns, and I always draw things that are just interesting to me, and I guess it kind of just grew from there. There was more of self-taught too, I guess, because there wasn't that many people around me that were into guns at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, what was I going to say? My dad was into the, my dad is old school, man. You guys are going to like this. My dad is into the black powder, the big time, like the Dragoon, the revolvers, the black powder revolvers. Mm-hmm. And when I was a little kid, my dad used to keep a 5-pound Dragoon revolver that shot 45 caliber balls at his bed for a home defense gun. He had the hammer on one nipple with no cap, and everything else had caps on it, and that was all. That was his home defense gun.
That'll get the job done.
That'll get the job done, buddy. And things were a lot different. I mean, I'm not that old, but when I was growing up, I had a gun and bullets in my room when I was probably 12 years old. Yeah, it was a 22, but it was not a big deal. It was just, it just wasn't something that was a big deal. And my parents were always cool with that. I had knives at a young age. I remember I kind of liked lighters. I remember being a real little kid. I remember probably being 8 years old, and my parents let me have a lighter, and I never did anything with it. I never did anything of harm to anything with it, other than just I'd go outside maybe and put the flame on a leaf or something that I pulled off a tree.
Yeah, it's been the same way for me as well. I've had access, I guess I would say, to all the things, and like they've never been opposed to it really, and never had any trouble with it.
Right, right. So, yeah, I mean,
I think that I had a respect for it from myself, though I'm not sure why or where that came from, but it's different than a lot of the video game crowd that comes into it, looking at it just purely because they look cool and they can kill people, I guess.
yeah. Somebody commented on here that they think that the G42 is going to be a 22 long rifle.
I guess it's a 22 long rifle, yeah. Only thing smaller that fires every time. 22s don't fire every time though. That's your problem.
Do you have your YouTube open while you're on here? Because I can't get to this video from my YouTube.
I do. I have your link from your YouTube that it popped up on my subscription list.
Yeah.
I can give you the link to it. I'm not sure if it'll work for you, because you're the creator of it or whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I can go into open up
That's
another.
the
Google
link
Plus
right there.
here. Man, we've been all over the place with what we've been talking about. But that's cool. I mean, that's that's what this is about. You know what I mean?
So right where you pasted in, or right where you were typing those words in before.
Yeah.
Try to open that in a new tab and just pause the video. Not sure if it'll work for you.
I'm on my home. I'm on my. Man, this cold is terrible, man. I gotta get rid of this thing. I'm on my home page right now. Ah, Pete got a new video up. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm bad with this because I haven't messed around on this Google too much, and
yeah, I don't care for it obviously, but it's something you got to get used to if you have no choice.
right.
It's not very user friendly, I have to say. It's all well rounded and it looks good, but
well rounded.
They make it hard to do what you want to do, I feel like.
Okay, well I can see the video on there, but I
Yeah,
don't
there
see any
should be
comments.
comments in the bottom right, right next to your description.
Yeah, see, I'm
That's
on
what
it
I
on
got.
Yeah, I'm bad because I haven't messed around on this Google too much. And
Yeah, Did you get it open? I don't care for it, obviously, but
man, I think I was having that thing was echoing there. Sorry about that.
yeah, you probably just had it running. That's why you got it.
I had two things running at once. Okay, let's see what Trying to think about what to discuss next, and kind of been interested in trying this holster that I've seen. It's an in the waistband holster, but the material's mesh.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and it's supposed to be really comfortable and breathable. And then your part that holds the gun is Kydex.
Oh.
But all the other material that holds the hooks for your belt and everything is all like a mesh.
Huh.
So don't yet know. Still thinking about that one. You know, they want like $100 for that thing too. I mean, come on, it's mesh. It ain't even leather.
Yeah.
You want $100 for that? Send me one for field testing and review.
Testing and evaluation.
Yeah. Maybe Glock will send me one of those 42s for testing and evaluation.
I bet they will. I don't see why not.
Yeah, I've still got Gaston in my phone, so I'll have to give him a call tomorrow. See if he can hook me up.
He's a real down-to-earth guy.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. You know, we send joke texts back and forth and stuff.
Last time I was talking to him, he was talking about one of those guns he was making. I think it was one of those revolvers or something. But
Yeah.
he didn't think it would catch on in the U.S., so not sure.
Right. Yeah. He didn't know if it would here. You know, he wanted to know my opinion, and I told him I wouldn't shoot for a 380, but I don't know if he's going to listen or not. You know how he is.
Yeah.
He gets those wacky ideas.
Old Gaston, I tell you.
Yeah, that KSG has a titanium model out I'd like to check out. Did you know that?
I did not hear about that until you were talking about it before.
Yeah, they have one on K&W Gunworks did a new video, and it's on there.
Yeah, I hadn't given too much thought to those because all the reviews and stuff they were getting were not too good.
Yeah, I definitely don't want that UTS. There's no way I want that thing.
It seems like maybe they might have fixed some of the reliability issues, but like you were talking about with the rounds ejecting into your arm, it's not good for anybody.
Rounds that eject directly into your arm. K&W Gunworks. You there, Mike?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but I got kicked off, and this video wasn't showing up on my YouTube and my YouTube videos listing. I don't know why.
It says you left the group chat or whatever. That was weird.
I clicked on that link you sent me, and it took me to where I could see comments, but kicked me out of the chat. Do you know why this video isn't showing on my uploads?
Let me see if it shows up for me. I'll check.
Thank you.
It appeared in my sub box, but yeah, right now it's not showing up in your uploads list.
But it did?
It was, yeah, it was in my sub box.
Okay, that's cool.
Huh. So it's... Yeah, this thing is kind of hard to navigate, no?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure eventually I'll figure it out. But I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Well,
Your furnace come on?
yeah, good old Minnesota winter.
You know, what's the temperature there?
Where's my gadget? I'll have to look it up. My desktop thing is...
It's 28 here.
16 right now. It snowed pretty good last night, but today it didn't do too much.
Man.
I had to pick up my buddy from the airport today. He got back from Korea. He's in the Air Force. So that was the events of today after doing the family Christmas get-together thing.
Yeah, that's what I did. You know, on my cell phone, it's showing up in my my videos.
Are we still live right now?
Oh yeah, we're live. 14 viewers.
Ooh.
If they, there's a way also to see who's viewing if they are viewing through Google Plus. Because I went over to David Sardi's, and he went, "Hey, Humans for Targets is in here." Then he started on, "Why would somebody want a huge pit bull?"
I thought he stopped
get them to attack, but I've never seen one person be able to call them off. Once they attack...
I thought he stopped making videos after they took him to the hospital that time. I forget whatever became of that.
Yeah, they took his gun permit and stuff away from him. They really, you know, railroaded him.
Is he still screwed over for that, or what?
Yeah, they won't give it back. I think he's not even supposed to own guns.
Huh.
You know, they railroaded him. He was joking. He was joking about killing himself. And they tried to commit him, and he went home to feed his animals, and the sheriff showed up. He has a video up about it. Sheriff showed up and took him into the hospital, man.
Yeah.
And you know, they said, "We think you're suicidal," you know, because he made a joke about running through the ghetto wearing a white hood.
Yeah.
Something like that. And they said that he was going to kill himself. That's what they said. The doctor said. So I don't know. That guy knows a lot about a lot of different subjects, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised. Goro quit. Goro.
I ordered some 511 tack pants. Have you ever tried those before?
Oh yeah, I got them. Quit it, Goro. I got the Tac-Lite Pros.
Yep, those are the ones.
What color did you get?
Give them a try. I got one pair of black just to see how I like them, and ordered my brother a pair of blue ones.
Yeah, man, they're nice. Hang on, I gotta let the dogs out. Yeah, they're a very rugged pant.
was looking at a pair of their boots too for riding next year, but I'm kind of weary to try to buy a pair of boots when I can't try them on.
Yeah, that's the same with me, man. If I can't try on a shoe, I'm not gonna buy them.
Yeah, I would order them from Amazon, but that's specifically why I won't, is because of that. But I figure I'll try and get close, but I'll have to find a website that does returns on sizes, because I know of a few that have pretty good return policies as far as if you get the wrong size and everything, they'll give you the different size you need.
Yeah, but I just hate the whole deal of shipping stuff back, and
yeah, it's a pain.
I mean, other than that,
I wear wide shoes normally too, and that's why I was looking at motorcycle boots this last year, but they don't really. Anytime you start getting into the bigger sizes for those, you're talking $400 plus. So I wasn't too excited about that.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Valco Avius? And when people comment on here, yeah, about Desardi, yeah, you do. It is true, guys. It stinks the way that things are in political correctness, but you do have to watch what you joke about. I mean, this is just truth. You got to watch what you joke about and who you joke about things to. Now, if he was with his family members, and I'm not judging him. Let's just say anybody, you're with your family members and you want to joke about you killing yourself or something, and it's a joke. That's a little bit different. But when you're with a doctor, or you're on YouTube, or anything like that, you got to watch what you say, man, nowadays, because everything you say will be used against you in the court of law later.
You're talking to somebody that doesn't necessarily know you, and it's their job specifically to watch out for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know to yourself that you're joking, but to them, that's a serious issue that they are forced to do something about.
Yeah, like if you were in a doctor's office and they were talking about, if this or that is wrong with you, we're going to have to do this kind of medical procedure, and you was to just off the cuff say, man, I think I'd rather die than have that happen, they could put you down as suicidal and have you committed to a hospital. Yeah, pretty much. That's the way things are now. It might not have been like that back in the 60s, probably 70s and things like that, but now that's the way it is. So let's see. You see, James Yeager raised a bunch of money.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Like that's just $35,000 in a month.
Even more drama. People commenting all the time saying, "Why does he need to ask people for money if he said it himself? He's got enough to do it himself."
Yeah, I don't know, but he made a lot of money in a month.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of crazy, those Kickstarters. You'd be surprised what kind of money you can raise when you're just asking people for $1 or $5.
Yeah.
You get enough people, I mean, it's out on the internet, there's enough people who are going to see it, you can raise quite a bit of money.
Yeah, I would never do it unless it was going to directly benefit everyone that watches in some way.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his specific plan is for it or anything.
I have no idea what exactly what it's going to be, but it would have to definitely be something that's linked to something that viewers are going to want back, because people will turn on you in a heartbeat, man. If they gave you $5 and you raised all that money, and then you know nothing really changed except for what you were doing regularly. Hang on, I gotta let the dogs in. Okie dokie.
So yeah, I'm finally thinking about changing the name.
What are you gonna change it to?
I don't know. That's my biggest issue. I've wanted to do it for years, but I never could commit to anything. The good old MXF 7010 GAK.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about changing mine, but I don't know.
It's definitely easier to do now. I mean, you can still maintain your channel and everything, all your previous content, and change over to a new name, but you're still dealing with the issue of people not recognizing you for...
Well, it looked like to me, though, you have to use like two names, like you're using a real name. Then you can't just use like one. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong on that.
I don't know.
But I looked into it, and it's like you have to have two. You can't just, you know, it's not just one bar where you can type words. They're taking it like you're putting in a first and last name.
Huh. Yeah, that's another thing I'm not sure if I was going to do. I would think a single name would be easier. Like, people know you by your one specific thing, and people have stayed with that. But, like, Military Arms Channel, he was Sturmgewehr, and he switched over. And if you look at his channel URL, it still says Sturmgewehr on there. But everyone now knows him as Military Arms Channel.
Yeah, it is true. I forgot about that. Yeah.
It helps a lot too, though, with his channel branding. Every video he puts out, the thumbnail has MAC Military Arms Channel on it too.
Right.
So, I mean, every one of his videos is tied in there.
Right. Yeah, I think, you know, if there was something that that I could think of that I would like to do, that I think would have interest on YouTube and it would be educational at the same time, would be something like setting up what would replicate interior walls, and also getting some exterior doors and a frame, and shooting different things from double-aught buck to different handgun rounds. And
I think Bisquick was talking about that at one time.
Who?
Bisquick 30-06, I believe, was talking about doing something similar to that. And he did for a while. He had access to an old house that was in the process of being torn down, or it was just sitting there or something. And,
right.
He made a few videos about it, but Yeah, that's
Right.
another one of those things that people would probably be interested in seeing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's the thing most people don't realize is most interior doors, you can shoot somebody right through the door.
Oh yeah.
Like if you knew, that, but I mean this is very tricky. I'm not telling anyone to do this, but if you knew that somebody was actively trying to break into your home, and you wanted to risk fighting this out in court.
Yeah, I was gonna say that'd be pretty difficult to. You didn't
Yeah,
even see
I don't
who you were
recommend
shooting
I
at?
don't recommend anybody do this, but but there is also a reason that I say this, because there's reasons that you can do this. If somebody's already in your home and you're in one of these interior type doors, you're behind one of those doors in your house and it's locked. If somebody is coming down your hallway, and let's say you live alone, or nobody else is in the house with you, and you know that somebody just broke into your house, and you go into a bedroom and they have to come down the hallway to get to where the door is to go in the bedroom, you could shoot right through that drywall, and it's gonna, even if it hits a 2x4, the round's still gonna go through and could impact what's on the other side. If if you think you know where they're at when you shoot. Most people don't think of things like that. That 9mm and stuff and 40 is gonna go right through the drywall and still have enough power to seriously injure and kill.
And those doors too. A lot of those cheap interior doors, like you're talking about nowadays, they're pretty much like cardboard. You've got a frame and then two face pieces with not a whole heck of a lot of material in between.
Right. You got a lot of times they're hollow in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a frame of like presswood, of this real cheap like laminate, and there's nothing there's nothing in the middle literally at all.
Yeah.
And if there is, it's like it's almost like a styrofoam. It's like a dense foam in the center of the door.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could just blast right through that. It's going to go through like nothing.
There's a video on LiveLeak, I believe it was, where they took apart a cheap Chinese door and it was stuffed with newspaper. Chinese newspapers.
Yeah. But yeah, some people don't sometimes realize, that rounds will go through walls and stuff, and you don't always have to have a direct sight of the person in your home. But depending on what state you're in, even if somebody broke into your home and you shoot them through a wall, depending on what state you're in, you could still have a hard time in court with that, believe it or not. If you shot somebody without even seeing them, even though they broke in your home, there's still states where you could have a hard time with the prosecutor.
I know Minnesota is one of the crappier states as far as things go to duty to retreat and all of that good stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that duty to retreat, man. That's you have to, when you go to court, if you shoot somebody and you go to court, you have to prove that you physically tried to flee before you shot a person, even if they were in your home.
Yeah. You
have to prove, like,
I
ran to my back door, and as I grabbed the doorknob, the guy caught up to me, and then I turned and I shot him after I ran through my house and tried to get out. You never know, though, when those laws are going to change, though, in your state. Hopefully.
Yeah, same thing with the suppressor laws around here, too. One of the only states that, at this point, doesn't have legalized suppressor ownership, which is a real pain.
Yep.
I believe TMH, if he's not blowing smoke, is about to get his suppressor after the wait now.
Cool.
He posted a picture on the on Facebook the other day.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, really, that's the only reason suppressors are illegal is because of movies. Because it's not like it is in movies, and they make the suppressor. The suppressor is more licensed than a firearm. If you use one.
And
it is more,
they're not hard to make either. I mean, when you
Yeah, you
really
can make
get
one out of a
down to
Maglite.
when you get down to it, it's such crap that there's such
You can
regulations
make
on something.
a suppressor out of the body of a Maglite that can hold its own to any suppressor out
Yeah,
there, and then you can screw the bottom back on when it's out of the gun that looks like it's a Maglite.
yeah, yeah. They've got kits for that, and then the oil can suppressors too now, where you just have an adapter that goes right from the threads on your muzzle, and then you thread on an oil can, and that works just as just the same as a suppressor. I think Hickok made a video on that one too.
Yeah, yeah. Ben Cannon, what's up, buddy? I see your comments on here. Um, yeah, I seen the oil can suppressor, which that really works good.
And at that point, you're talking like what, under $20 worth of materials
Yeah.
for. But as long as you are going legit on it, you got a serial number and still got to put in your tax stamp and wait pretty
Well,
much a
here's
year
the
at this
thing.
point.
You know, in real life, a suppressor is actually safer and better to have for your gun because number one, it protects your hearing, and number two, it keeps the noise level down
Yeah,
for anybody that could be
yeah. There's no
in another direction.
real negative side effects to it. It's all
Right,
perception at this point.
it's only because of Hollywood movies, man. That's all that it is. You
And
know,
like they always say over in like England and stuff, they want you to have one. Like everybody over there has one for hunting or whatever.
right.
It's a convenience thing.
Well, too, yeah, that too. And if you hunt, you don't scare as much game in the area away.
Yeah, it's
Because
just
it's just not as loud. It doesn't
and
echo as much.
it's one of those things where if you go out on the street and ask 9 out of 10 people, they don't know squat about them. Same thing for machine guns. It's really the same class of ignorance as far as the subject goes.
Right, yeah. If you're going for mass damage, you would never want your gun on full auto.
Yeah,
If you're in a war, well, so I don't want to take it to civilians stuff, but if let's just say you're in a war and you're going into a let's say a building in Iraq, and you've got people in this building in different rooms, and you're going to go through and clear it. You would never want full auto over semi-auto. You would waste 3/4 of your ammunition on every time you pull the trigger.
it's good for keeping heads down, and that's about it.
Right. Yeah. Now, 3-shot burst is something that's very effective.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to, because you basically want one pull of the trigger, you got 3 rounds that just went off.
Yeah.
So you're going to put somebody down. But if you give somebody a gun and they're in close quarters combat over in Iraq, and you say, look, man, we got 20 guys that we need you to take out, I would never want my gun on full auto. It would definitely be semi-auto all the way. That's if somebody was coming at me in a war, I would rather have them have their gun on full auto and expend all the ammunition when they pull the trigger than I would have them try to pick me off one trigger pull at a time.
Yeah.
But like it is in the movies, man. Like they show it in the movies. That's the way these democratic politicians believe it to be, as it's portrayed in the movies.
Yeah. It's sad that they're the ones making the laws go into play when they don't even have an idea of what they're talking about. But
Exactly. That's like 100-round magazines. In combat, you would never ever see me with a 100-round magazine. I'd take 30 rounders and switch them all day long before I would ever. I don't believe there's a 100-round magazine on the market that's reliable enough to be taken into combat.
yeah.
And they think it's so bad about those novelty 100-round mags for the AR-15. But like I said, there's not a company out there that makes one that I would trust my life with in combat, other than playing with it. You know what? I'm wanting to try some of them Magpul 40 rounders for the AR.
Oh yeah, I saw those.
Those are pretty sweet.
How much do those go for?
I don't know.
I know Midway was running a sale on PMags the other day.
How much do they want?
Maybe like 13, I think it was.
Because the cheapest I got them, I think it was called Joe Bob Outfitters online. You guys can look it up. I think that's what it was called, Joe Bob. Joe Bob something. They were $11.88 for the non-windowed apiece.
Yeah, these are the. I'm pretty sure they were running the windowed ones for like 13.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Doesn't really matter to me if they're windowed or not.
Yeah, all mine are non-windowed.
Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way: if you were actually using the gun to fight with and not play with, you're never going to be paying attention to how much ammo you got left until that slide locks back. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, unless you're running.
And if you get a chance, you're going to be changing out mags beforehand, anyways.
Yeah, you're going to be changing before you're empty. And you know what? Guys who operate their AR-15s can tell by weight if they're almost out of ammunition. The difference in weight as they're shooting.
Yeah, especially if you're carrying it around every day.
Exactly. If you get enough trigger time behind that AR-15, you'll know when there's only a couple rounds left. And you're down to about 5. I might get loopy. I'm taking a little bit of NyQuil, so.
Uh-oh. It's getting crazy.
He's getting crazy. I have to, man. I can't. I don't like NyQuil, but. Guys, leave me a comment on my YouTube channel or under this video if you like these hangouts like this. Listening to talk and stuff, and you guys send over questions, and I'll do more.
Yeah, I think in the future doing it with video and getting a few more guys in, but as far as just seeing how it works and everything.
Yeah, this is just a test, guys. If I get into doing this, you'll actually be seeing me on video. I mean, not that that's some big draw to get you to come view me, but it would probably be better for you to see me on video as we talk, see us, and I'll get more people lined up to come into the chat and try to do it a little bit better. This was just the first time I'm trying it out, so let me know what you guys think of this. I thought it was kind of cool when I watched other people, and I thought, hey, why don't I give it a shot?
Some guy wants to know what your thoughts are on a effective lower for a decent price on an AR build.
On a decent lower?
Yeah. He said looking for an effective lower for a decent price. It's pretty much all the same as far as
man, I don't know. I don't know Stag. I mean, yeah. When it comes to lowers, man, when it comes to lowers, I wouldn't go. I mean, I know some guys probably aren't going to like this, but I wouldn't go polymer. Yeah. I don't care for the polymer. But I mean, they're pretty much all the same. They're CNC machined, and they're all the same material.
Depends on what picture you want on the side. That's about it, as far as
exactly, man. If you want it to say Spikes Tactical and pay a little bit more money, you can go that route. But if you don't care, you can go like, I don't know, Wyndham, anything. They're all made out of the same material, and they're CNC machined. Yeah. That's basically what it is.
Mine's a Noveski, and I only got that because I had a choice between either this one, a Bushmaster, or I believe the other one was a Stag, and this was kind of mid-price range on all those, so I figured I'd give the Noveski a shot. But yeah, you're all working with the same tolerances and everything. It's not like you can really go wrong. The
thing is
taking a bit more of a risk.
Yeah, and I think it's like Remington, but one of these companies are making Bushmaster, Remington, and Stag all out of the same company. They're just stamping them different. So, just look for the cheaper price is is the ultimate goal, and you're not going to go wrong really. What upper you got on that Noveski?
Upper, I have a YHM, I believe, and that was another thing when I was looking is they have, if you look closely at your upper, I'm not sure if it's the same on the lowers, but they have a mark on them as far as, I think, I remember what it was the forging or where it was from, where it was made. And there's only a couple big ones that do it. So...
I know, but I was going to ask you, is there any play whatsoever between your upper and lower, side to side?
Mine, no. Mine is very tight. My front pin, actually, I still, after however many rounds I've got through it, is still too tight to take out by hand. So mine almost would be a little too tight, I would say. But there's definitely no slop in it at all.
Right.
And yeah, that's two different brands. I got a Noveski lower and a Yankee Hill Machine upper.
Right. I got your message, Ben Cannon, and I'm glad you like it. Yeah, they got a fix though now for that too. If you got play between your upper and lower, there's just a little piece of there's this little thing you put down in your lower, and the upper drops down and it hits that.
Is that like AccuWedge?
Yes, I couldn't think of the name. It's the AccuWedge.
It's been out for a few years. I forget where exactly it goes in or how it works or anything.
Yeah, it goes in the back. It goes in the very back of the lower.
Oh, the back end of it.
The back end of the lower, it's rounded and it drops down in there, and then when your upper goes down, it hits the piece where the bolt where the pin goes through.
Yeah.
The bottom of that sits on that, and you know what? Even if there is a little bit of play, it's not really gonna affect much.
No. But my rear, I can take out the rear pin by hand. It's still tight, but there's still absolutely no play. So I think I got kind of lucky on that.
Right. Yeah, Noveski's good stuff, man.
Yeah. I got mine 6 months to a year before John Noveski died.
Yeah.
I'm sure they got a lot more business after that too. So
yeah.
People rushing out.
Like I said before too, I like Daniel Defense, man. Daniel Defense are some nice rifles.
My friend I was talking about that I just picked up, he's looking at getting an AR, probably a cheaper one, just a pre-built. I'm not sure what brand, maybe a Bushmaster or something. So.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. I kind of like if you're going lower budget and you're not wanting to go anything expensive. I like Stag, man. I think Stag's pretty good.
Stag?
Yeah, Stag Arms.
Where would you say they rate in comparison to something like an Olympic Arms? Because as far as I know, I think Olympic Arms is one of the more budget ones as well.
Yeah, I think Stag is probably better than DPMS, and basically a Stag, the fit's always really good between the upper and lower, and guys have a lot of good luck with those ARs from what I've seen. Some guys don't like it though because they put a deer's head on one side of the lower.
Yeah, like I said, that was one of the options. I may have gotten that one too if I wouldn't have went with the Noveski.
Yeah. Yeah, oh no, definitely Noveski, man, though, when it comes to that. I mean, but Noveski, we're talking about high end.
They have their Noveski chainsaw lures too, and I'm pretty sure those are any of them that have a blemish, they automatically move over to their chainsaw line.
Nice.
They charge a little bit less for those, and for the most part, it's stuff that you would hardly even notice unless you're nitpicking.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I wouldn't even. Yeah, I wouldn't even worry about something like that. You know what I mean? That's if you're gonna go out and use that rifle and stuff. Might give you more incentive to not worry about if you get it dirty.
Yeah.
I like Spike's tactical stuff. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was looking at them for a while before I ended up getting mine. I probably only reason I didn't is because they weren't available at that time. And I built mine probably I got my complete rifle put together probably a month before Sandy Hook. And if I would have tried any later than that, it would have been obviously not happening at that point. But even when I was putting mine together, I couldn't find bolt carrier groups anywhere. I lucked out and got a BCM one directly from their website, and within 5 minutes of ordering it, they were sold out right away. So I got very lucky trying to get that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm down here left a message. I've heard good things about the DPMS Panther, so I don't doubt that you were getting those kind of shots with it. Let's see here. Palmetto State Armory Uppers, yeah. You know, pretty much when you're going for the just the base rifles and stuff, I don't think there'd be any problem going with something like that.
That was another thing I heard when I was building mine is PSA runs yearly deals at like Veterans Day or anything like that.
Yeah.
So if you've got time and you can wait it out to save a few bucks, it's worth it usually.
Yeah.
You have 4.7's Prion, don't you?
Yeah, I carried it today. Been carrying it a lot, actually.
Yeah, I've carried mine almost every day for about a year now.
I've never had one problem. Never had it come on either. I mean, it could just be that I've been lucky with it, but
I've had a few times that it's turned on. I wish I could. I'm not sure if they have a recessed end cap or what.
I'm not sure what.
If they have a recessed end cap, because like the one it comes with is the button sticks out. I think I'd like to try one if they had a recessed end cap.
I mean, the one on mine sticks out, but I've never accidentally pushed it on.
Mine, I've had it happen probably 3 or 4 times throughout the time I've carried it.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. You know how that would happen.
The only other thing is the clip on the thing is that was the first day I had it. I screwed that clip up the very first day. It got caught on something and bent the clip straight out. And I was like, what the hell? I think I walked through a doorway and it caught. And it fell on the ground and I picked it up and I was like, what the heck? The clip was perpendicular to the thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's been working out pretty good for me. Now, if you want to go full size light, that Through Night Lynx is really sweet.
Oh yeah.
That I got, yeah, 1,000 lumen light for like a full size tactical light. I like that one a lot. I'll be doing like a full review on it here soon with some beam shots from outside. But it's a good light. I still like and I still rock the M20X Warrior light. Any of you guys looking for a good tactical light? That one's pretty lightweight, and I think it's maybe $70, so it's not really expensive. Somebody asked me, Gamble2185 asked me, does my Glock still smell like garlic butter? No, I think I got it all out, luckily. Actually ran good on that garlic butter, though. I might start using that more often. It is a grease.
Do you run grease on any of your guns?
No, the only thing I put grease on is the actual grease is on a couple parts on the 1911.
Yeah.
But I pretty much switched over to Frog Lube for everything.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this, man. There's people doing videos, and they're all, upset because Frog Lube will freeze because its properties aren't petroleum. So a guy had it out in his garage or whatever, and Frog Lube froze. Well, here's the thing. If you're ever out in a situation where your gun is frozen up, you're going to be in bad shape. Because number one, that gun is against you and your clothing, and it would take a lot for it to freeze.
Yeah.
You'd be pretty cold by the time that gun froze.
I was gonna say, if it's on your carry gun, I wouldn't think it would freeze.
No, I'm talking
You'd have to be...
if it was duty. Yeah, if it's on a carry gun inside the waistband,
yeah,
you're going to freeze before the action of that gun would. And number two, you don't have that amount of Frog Lube on there. The excess is wiped off. And when you shoot one shot, it's gonna heat up. The gun's gonna be hot with one shot. But if you're not doing duty outside with the gun on the outside of your hip, and even then I don't know if it would ever get to a stage where it would be considered frozen. But if you're just a guy that can carry conceals, you're going from your house to your car into buildings, you're never going to have a problem. And I was going to do a test on my G19. I was going to coat the rails real heavy with Frog Lube and put it outside in 18-degree weather for a day, and then just take it from there and shoot it and show people that it'd be okay. Because I know it would work.
Ooh, Paul, I've got a riveting question.
Yes.
Are you going to bring back the H4T beard at any time?
I don't. As of right now, no. No plans on the H4T beard.
The epicness level, Paul, is just...
Yeah, the epicness level, if I could get on cam here with the epic beard, yeah.
Simpler times.
Oh, I didn't see you there. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh! I've still got that picture, too. With the pipe.
Yeah, hi, I didn't see you there. Pretty funny stuff.
Speaking of that, I'm thinking, have you ever seen those writing tablets for the computer? It's like a paper-sized surface, but you use a pen, and it's all electronic.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
You can draw and stuff on the computer. I wanted one for years, but the ones I had been looking at are an actual screen, and I'd always been turned off when they are like $2,000 for something that's decent size and it has the screen.
Yeah.
But the cheaper models and the standard models are just a pad that doesn't have a screen or anything, so you're just looking up at your computer and you're not really looking where you're drawing or anything. Yeah. But I'm thinking I might actually finally get one, try it out. Helps a lot with Photoshop and all sorts of things.
Yeah. Glenn, what do you mean the pins that are stainless and you have screw caps on each side for ARs? If you mean anti-walk pins, yeah, those are good.
I've seen the ones where they have where they connect. I don't.
Yeah, there is. I think there is a style out there though that doesn't connect. It's still anti-walk.
Oh, really?
I've not ran them though.
Have you ever had issues with walking?
No.
Yeah, me either.
No, it was just, it just came like that on the LWRC. And, I pretty much think that if you're running full auto or 3-shot burst a lot, that's probably the only time, if it would happen, that would probably be the time it would happen.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you took your lower receiver apart a few hundred times to clean it, and you tap those pins in and out quite often, you know. But who knows?
Would you say you had as far as views go? Like 13 million?
No, like 12 something, 12,100,000 something, I think.
Yeah.
It don't show it on our channels no more to the public. Do you know that?
Yeah, not to the public. Unfortunately, I'm not sure.
I don't know why they chose to hide that.
I don't know why they do a lot of things they do, which is unfortunate. It seems that they go backwards half the time.
Yeah. I know. I don't understand. Man, I feel terrible, man. Really got me tore up, man. Let's see here. Trying to look up these K&S. Glenn has some anti-walk pens. They're called K&S Precision. They're around 30 to 40 bucks. You can get them on eBay. And they have the ones that, you know, are connected. Brownells has them. I'm looking at them right now on their website. But they're not the connected ones. I'd go with the connected ones if you really want to get, if you really want the real deal anti-walk. K&S Precision is one of them. um, you know what's weird is nobody from YouTube has really ever, you know, nobody in the gun channels has ever made it to a show that I can think of. You know, whether it be reality or now David Sardi was on Doomsday Preppers, but I mean nobody has made it to get a TV show.
Oh, of their own?
Yeah, that I can think of anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say because Jaeger was on that that one show at one point with a bunch of other military guys.
Right, but I mean like as far
But as their own show, yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, if there ever would have been a candidate, it would have been FPS Russia. And
I was gonna say though, that Dave Canterbury and Dual Survival show. I'm not sure if you ever watched that. He was on YouTube and he still is, long before that ever came about.
Oh yeah, I did hear of him. Yeah.
They discovered him from YouTube too. So, but he's not really a gun guy, or he's survivalist.
Mike, we're not going to mention any names here, but remember somebody that used to say, "Yeah, the Discovery Channel called me again today. I didn't even answer the call. Didn't call them back."
Yeah,
I'm not going to say who that is.
No, of course not. Not going to mention any like loincloths.
Discovery Channel called me again. They're blowing up my phone. You know, they just won't leave me alone. I'm gonna have to block them.
It's kind of like how we happen to know Gas and Glock. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Well, I do think you need to send me some guns for testing and evaluation.
Yeah, like.
I think I need some.
Testing and tabletop reviews.
Yeah. Any more rant videos planned?
Nah, I don't really have any rant stuff right now. Got to be in the mood for that.
Those are always a good time.
Although I was in a restaurant and I was in a booth and I seen these people come in and the kids were just wild. Like when they opened the restaurant doors, the kids were like you uncaged animals. Like it was like someone uncaged animals when the kids ran in. And when you know, they sat the kids right in the booth behind me, and the people sat the kids like with their back against mine, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. But surprisingly enough, the kids just really were no problem. They just, yeah, they didn't, they didn't really do anything wrong after that. But they came in wild.
Take your belt off right away. Show him who's boss.
Yes, sir.
Get these kids under control.
Crack that belt a couple times. I'm H4T. You know what I think about bad kids.
Hit some kids and then I'm H4T and I'm out.
I give the dad my phone and have him video it while I correct his children. Are you getting this? You got it in the shot?
Yeah. No, you gotta hold it sideways, not up and down.
I want full view.
Yeah.
Oh man, is this NyQuil starting to kick in yet? I better take another shot. Woo. Dude, it was funny. David Sardi had a live webcam chat today, and he put an ankle holster on his horse and had a Glock in it, and then he tied a shamog around the horse's head. And he said something like the government was going to confiscate his horse for being a terrorist horse. That guy's pretty hilarious, man. Oh, let's see here. I got 2 dislikes to this chat.
Because I'm here.
Somebody asked me how was Goro. He's doing good. I just got him to lay down. He was whining around, and I let him out for a while. Now he seems to be sleeping pretty good. I bought him some antlers.
How old is he
Chew on.
now?
4.
4?
Yep, he's sleeping right now. Actually, when I was talking about him, I heard him go, take a deep breath. Yeah, I just don't understand why this video. Some of you guys that's watching a video right now, tell me if you found this video in your subscription box on YouTube, like you would when somebody uploads a new video. Kind of curious about that. You know, these only hours, then they cut off. They only allow 4 hours. Do you know that, Mike?
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either until Dave was doing his. At 4 hours, it shuts them down. I don't know why that is, but it's the way it is.
Yeah, have you ever tried any of those other websites, like Justin TV, I think is one? Any of those different ones?
I was on what's the old one that we was on?
Blog TV?
Something TV. Blog TV, yeah, that's
You
the only one I was
changed that
going.
now too. I'm pretty sure that's got changed to a different name and it's got sold out or something.
Yeah, man, this NyQuil's starting to. I think this NyQuil's starting to take effect, man. I hate that stuff.
Yeah, they're all saying that it popped up in their sub boxes.
Okay, guys, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm trying to learn the ins and outs of this so I can bring you guys more quality content from the H4T. From the H4T compound.
Maybe you could start doing live tabletop reviews. That'd be something.
No, I don't know about that, man. I got so many things I got to cut out and redo. I ain't ever doing one of those live.
Hey, that'd be the new thing.
I mean, right now, as it is, you accidentally, you do a video, you say something the wrong way, and, I mean, I got videos up where I made a mistake in the video, and it's been 3 years ago, and I still have people correcting me. For 3 years, I'm like...
Oh, I love that. I love that. And then I love how you'll post something, like if you're having a problem with a gun or something, and then 12 months later, 6 months later, you'll make a video saying, okay, everything's fine now, and you'll still get people posting that old vid, telling you, trying to tell you what they think is wrong with it.
Yeah, they still try to tell you how to fix it, yeah.
Oh, you need a new buffer tube, you need a new spring, you need to lube your gun. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And I've even gone as far as to annotate the link to the new video to say, read the description and link it in there.
Right.
Do as much as you possibly can do, and they still find a way to ignore it.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, yeah. I've got a video up where I'm out with my nephew, and I'm shooting the 50 Beowulf, and at one point we had the camera on a tripod, and I finished shooting the gun. I put it on safe, and my muzzle goes around where the camera's at, and I still got people, leaving me nasty messages and all this stuff, and saying, you muzzle sweep your nephew and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, dude, the camera was on a tripod.
Yeah.
I had him and I had a tripod, and we switched it around at different times.
Even if you are doing like a tabletop review and you have pointed the gun at the camera, there's still people getting all bent out of shape about that.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid you flag a camera. But,
you could shoot right through their MacBook.
yeah.
I mean, the only reason that I do the gun safety stuff on video is for the new people.
Yeah.
I mean, people that are new to guns that's watching videos out there, or kids that are watching, kids that don't own guns yet, because that's going to stick with them when they see me do it. That's the only reason that I do safety checks and different things on camera. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I've never turned on the camera and not known what state my gun was in ever.
Yeah.
So it's not like I turn on the camera, then I go, let me see if this gun's loaded, and I check it. I'm just doing it on camera just for the purpose of people that are new to guns, or kids that don't have a gun yet, not old enough, so they remember that. Yeah, I'd say that. I'd say I like this pretty well.
Yeah.
It feels different. I don't know. This is much easier for me to talk and discuss things on here than it is in front of a camera that I'm recording on for some reason. I don't know why. Like even before you were on here.
Yeah.
it didn't feel, I don't know, it just didn't feel like when I'm in the living room talking to a camera that's recording. I don't know, it just feels different.
I just wish they could figure out the lag issue with the comments, because that's probably the one thing that I think holds it back the most.
How are you seeing comments under the video?
Yeah, right now I am. I have that extra link open, that extra tab open with the...
Well, see, if I click on that, it shuts me out of my...
Did you open it in a new... Did you open it in a new tab and it still pulled you out of it, or what? Because what I have it as, I have the Google Hangouts tab open with you talking right now, and then I have a separate tab on YouTube open that has the video stream, and that's where all the comments are.
So you're saying, like, if you post a link, I should go to Google and post it in there?
If you... What do you mean by that?
if you oh man, if you post me a link like you did before to that.
Yeah, that link that I posted to you is that links it to the YouTube.
Okay, but how do I open it in a new tab?
Should be able to right click on it and
okay, post that link again.
Depends on what browser you're using.
I'm in Firefox.
Yeah, okay, so then you should just be able to right-click on the link, and then your first option should be Open Link in New Tab.
Undo, paste, check spelling, languages, inspect element.
What the heck? Are you right-clicking right on the actual text of the link?
Yeah. Hang on a second.
Running Firefox too, so it shouldn't be different.
I don't understand. Try this.
Otherwise, you can just copy that link and then get a new tab open and paste it into the new tab. Right-click on the link.
See, I got it on, but now it's echoing.
Yeah, you gotta pause the video.
Undo. Oh, pause this.
Yeah, pause the thing on YouTube.
Oh.
And then just
You are smart.
Genius, really.
You are a total genius, Mike. This is awesome. It works.
And that's how you should be able to read the...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I still hear you fine. That's why I got the headphones on, so even if I had both of them playing at once, it would sound weird to me, but you wouldn't be able to hear it because I have the headphones on.
Awesome.
So whenever you're in a chat with somebody, try and do that. But
okay, so now, okay, I can see your...
Yep.
Whoops, all caps.
So how had you been getting the questions before that? Are you getting PMs?
I was going to my phone and looking them up on there. I'm going to my YouTube page on my phone and then just scrolling and looking them up on there and seeing, you know, what people said and stuff.
I forget what the maximum number of people you can have in here is, but it's probably like 8 to 10 people in the chat.
Really? Eight to 10, huh? I'd probably just like to have a few, you know. Just have a couple.
Yeah.
Hey, what's lagging? Somebody said I'm lagging. Is there?
He's talking about the comments from the time we talk to the time that they hear it, and then we respond to them is at least a minute usually. That's what I was talking about with Google.
Oh, you're saying from when they type it?
Yeah, like they hear us like 30 seconds after we talk, and then from the time they reply, we still have to wait. So it's like a minute before we.
Well, that's the way radio stations do things. People don't. A lot of people. Don't.
Yeah, that's the way they do it, so they can dump out the call if something goes wrong. But
yeah. So that's how radio stations do it. So if somebody gets on air and says something, they can cut it off, and you'll never hear what they said. There's a delay, but
you can test the lag right now if you want. Have people want to post now when they hear the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Say now. Okay. Now we're gonna wait it out, and we'll see just how long the lag is. This is a bit of scientific.
Yeah, who else can I get in here, do you think, at another time? I'm trying to think of...
Not sure. Depends on how rowdy you want to get.
45 Bullet?
Yeah. All those guys.
Depends on how rowdy you want to get. I don't know, maybe I'll bring Jaeger over, I don't know.
You talk to him personally?
No.
I think we should add Gaston in.
Hey, he just put now. That is a big lag.
Yeah.
You think we should put Gaston in here? Yeah, I'll bring Gaston. Glock has a YouTube channel. He does tabletop reviews of Glocks, and I think
does he make long videos too, or?
Well, he sends me questions. You know, he sends me questions about different things on Glocks.
Oh,
that he can't figure out.
I'm just getting the nows right now.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that.
So yeah, that's like a minute.
Yeah, Mike, where does it say we're at on time-wise on this chat? About 3?
I'm not sure. I'll refresh that page. Yeah, 2 hours, 58 minutes, and 20 seconds.
That's what I thought, yeah. Let's see, man. What else can we chit-chat about? Yeah, I don't know. I'm about to get like 3 people.
Yeah, you kind of need at least 3 to keep a decent.
Yeah,
pace.
You don't want to go too many because then people start talking over everybody.
Yeah.
And you don't get anywhere, and people can't hear what's going on. So too many is kind of.
If you get like 8 guys in there, if you can keep them on topic and things, it's not a big issue. But once you start getting separate conversations and stuff going, it becomes a big mess.
Yeah, we could go live with Chaos.
Oh. Is he doing a live one right now, or?
No, I'm just messing around. I always see that.
Yeah, I see that one, and then the one with Yankee Marshall and that group.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to get our own thing started. I'm trying to think. You know, the thing is, I don't want it to get too rowdy. You know what I mean? This because
this is directly linked to your channel.
Yelling out certain words and certain things because it's going to it can affect my channel.
That's the thing, is this is live, obviously, so it goes out to everybody.
Right. So
it's a little bit different atmosphere than just a Skype chat or something.
You know, maybe I will bring on some people that's like been long-time subscribers, but maybe don't do videos. Maybe sometimes, I don't know. and just chat with them. They don't have to even put their face on here, put up a picture like I did, block your camera out, and that'd be kind of cool too. I'm sure I'll think of some people though that do videos.
You feeling woozy yet?
Man, yeah. I mean, I'm like at the worst point of the day with my cold, and then this NyQuil is really kicking in, and I took a dose and a half, so feeling it. I was feeling okay earlier, and now I just feel terrible with the cold.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I was talking about earlier. I don't know if you ever seen them. Taurus came out with two carbines.
Oh,
No, three.
I didn't hear what brand you said they were.
Yeah, Taurus had a 9mm, a 40, and a 45, and the NRA convention is what they call SHOT Show 2. It's basically the same thing, but it's an NRA convention. It's after SHOT Show.
That was up in Ohio?
It was in Pittsburgh.
Oh.
I went over there. In Pittsburgh, PA. And so I went over there from Ohio. And they had three of these carbines, and they actually look pretty decent. But I don't know what happened. They never came to market.
Hmm.
Hey, somebody I forgot about. Who was the guy? Remember on Skype, somebody said something about me typing. Remember that one kid?
Kid. Are you talking?
Real annoying.
I don't wanna say anything.
No, he wasn't doing videos or anything
More
like
details. I need. Well, what did he do?
that. Just I don't know. He used to be in on Skype calls and stuff, which we used to do that a lot. Skype calls.
Hardy Scarls?
No.
You know.
5, 6 for lunch.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
Now, remember they had a picture of him when he was trying to sell this AR, and he was holding it. He was holding the AR-15. Oh, the last hollow. But you might not have been on there at that time.
I don't know.
You might not have been on there at that time, though.
Oh shit!
What was that?
I dropped a vaporizer.
Oh, you vape?
I dabble in the vapes. I'm not hardcore.
You got cannabis honey in there?
No. Yeah, I wonder who else you could add to these.
I don't know, man. I'll probably add that PewDiePie guy.
PewDiePie, yeah. Talk to him daily as well.
He's been begging me to add him in on a chat or something. So.
Some guys just don't learn, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody can get in the chat.
Larry Vickers.
Yeah. Still works.
All right, guys. Any questions, comments? Oh man, let's see.
It's cray stuff. Snikel is cray stuff.
Is that what I put?
Yeah, cray.
Oh man, yeah.
It's cray.
It's very cray, man. You have no idea how cray this stuff is. Trying to think of something good to talk about. How about the Glock conversion for the 460 Roland?
What?
There's a round called 460 Roland.
460.
Yeah, and you can convert like a G21 to shoot this 460 Roland.
What's the advantage?
It's a lot of foot-pounds of energy, buddy. It's a lot. But the rounds are so expensive.
460 Roland.
What do you think of the G42 being a 380? Well, from what I've heard, that's what I was hearing people saying that it was going to be, was a 380, and now that I've heard that a picture's leaked, I guess I'm inclined to believe that.
I was hearing a lot about people thinking it would be a single stack 9, which would have been fairly cool, but it's 380. I really don't have any...
Right, and if the 380 is not any smaller than a G26, then it's rubbish, it's worthless. And I would think Glock is I would think it's not their smartest move to put that out. And go to a blowback design using a 380 caliber, which if you're using target 380, you can have a lot of inconsistencies that, and if it's off, it's not going to run that slide right. You're gonna have malfunctions, even if the gun is made well. And I'm not saying, some of you guys that's got 380s, you know, on the high-end ammo, the defense stuff, that stuff's made to much higher spec. But on target ammo and stuff, if the 380's off just a little bit, it may not function perfectly. So I'm kind of disappointed if it is a 380.
It's confusing. I just started listening to the chat that was playing on YouTube. Thought you were talking. I paused it and it's just silent. I was like, oh snap.
Okay, somebody said, what is my top 3 concealed handgun choices? It would be the Glock 19. Tell you the truth, a very underrated gun, guys, is the Ruger SR9 or SR9C. Those are very, very accurate guns for me. The triggers are good, and I think the Ruger SR9s are a very good gun. So it'd be like the Glock 19, Ruger SR, and probably my Smith & Wesson 360 Scandium revolver.
I've got a question then. On that type of idea, if you have to pick one, all guns for concealed carry, if you have to pick one that's just everyday, one that is lighter, as in like dress, something you're dressed up, and then another one that's just showing off, like a Deagle or something.
Yeah, well, the Desert Eagle's too heavy. I tried it.
Yeah, you made that video a while ago, didn't you?
I tried it. It was way too heavy, you know. I got a double shoulder holster, though, for both my Deagles. And that's still too heavy, but it does balance itself out well. But I'd say like a G19 for normal stuff and like for dress-up stuff.
Probably that Scandium.
Like that or a Shield, Smith & Wesson Shield.
Yeah.
And something to show off. Ed Brown, I don't know. What else does somebody say? Recommendations for a mount. Yeah, I mean, you know, it depends on how much you want to spend for your aim point micro mount. I would say the LaRue Tactical is probably one of the best there is made. And the reason I said is because how it locks on, and if you take it off, it's going to hold 0 for you when you put it back on for sure. You're not going to have any issues with that. If you don't want to go high priced, like with LaRue, then I would go like G&G, probably, and you'd save some money there. So that would be my recommendation.
Beautiful.
What, did your furnace came on?
That too.
You know, I invited like 470 people on here.
What?
I went to everybody that's added me as their friend on Google, and I added them to an option to join. See how I'm stuttering? Guys, I'm on this NyQuil stuff, so you gotta give me a little leeway here if I start sounding a little loopy. I took a lot of NyQuil, and I've got a bad cold. Even though I know I seem like RoboCop to all of you, I still do have a human side. Right, Mike?
Yeah. I was gonna say you're not like Texas slogan. I'm H-Force.
Oh, no. No, he can have that slogan. You know who I wish would start putting out videos again? 155 millimeter.
I thought you were gonna say Guar.
He was for a while.
Yeah.
155 millimeter, man. You remember when he had the cat and he was dancing around and he used in the living room with the cat?
I remember the walk, the march he did around.
Yeah. You remember when he was making fun of Tex jump roping? Doop, doop, doop.
I forgot all about Tex doing his jump rope stuff.
Man, he did a lot of film with that jump rope.
Yeah, he did that a lot. And then he just fell off the horse and he's back where he was.
Yeah, he was jump roping a lot, man. I've ate so bad this holiday season, man. It's not even funny, but I got to jump back on. Got to jump back on that. What do you call it? That not a treadmill, but elliptical.
You should film yourself and put your videos on YouTube every day. There you go.
I'll be on the elliptical. Doop, 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 doop. Out in the rain and everything. Remember when he'd be out in the rain, he'd put a plastic bag over the camera and still record?
Yeah.
Hilarious, man. Hey, do you remember the video where he had something dressed up like a werewolf that he walked into a room?
Yes! Yes. Do you remember the video where he was shooting at a target and then shot himself right in the leg? Do you remember that video? That was a good video.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me think here. Oh, was he like out at a range? And
yeah.
He was like right in front of the paper, and the paper won.
And he said,
"Yeah,
stop!"
I remember that."
He said, "Stop!"
Yeah, I remember. And the paper just totally pulled tactics on him and won.
Shot him back.
Yeah. I mean, that paper was hardcore. Yeah, dude. Daniel Defense mount would be awesome for that. If you're not gonna go LaRue, definitely, I'd go Daniel over a GG&G. You know, I've been watching some of those videos. That guy's really pretty good. The history teacher at James Yeager's Tactical Response.
Oh yeah.
The guy that teaches in the class that's in the room.
Yeah.
And he's like an ex-history teacher. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I watched the ones on like the flintlock and everything.
Yeah, yeah, that was really some good stuff, man. 22 long rifle is a defense gun. I mean, if that's all you have and you're in your home, you mean, are you talking a rifle or are you talking a handgun? I mean, regardless of which it is, like if you're in your home and that's all you got, then yeah, by all means. I mean,
If you're in your home and that's all you have, pick up a rock.
I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's not something I'd pick as a it's not something I'd pick as a defense weapon. Here's what you guys have to remember. If you were going out to get into if you were going out into combat, when you pick your carry gun, you have to pick your carry gun around that concept. You know, if you were going out and you knew you were going to be in a gun battle, what gun would you take? Well, that's probably the gun you should be carrying every day.
In other words,
Yeah, 22 long rifle handgun as a defense weapon. I mean, if that's all you have or something, it's better than nothing. But I wouldn't. That's not something I would pick for that. Change the title to Gun and Random Talk. What if you have a 9mm handgun but not loaded and ready? What do you mean in the house?
Good does that do?
Well, I mean, I would say, you know what? Don't take offense to this, but how old are you? Anna Nick 08, how old are you?
He was born in 08.
well then you're good then.
Yeah.
You're fine. No.
Stick with my rock advice and just pick up a rock.
But anyway, if you had a 9mm handgun, you didn't want it loaded. I would prefer the magazine be full and in the gun at least.
You carry condition 1?
Oh, of course. I always carry one in the pipe.
Yeah. He didn't say how old he was?
Mm-mm. Maybe he was born in 1908.
Ah.
I'm just joking with you, man. But, oh, okay, he's 28. Cool, cool. You know, I just wanted to make sure that you know, sometimes I don't know who I'm talking to on here, you know. Don't take offense to it. I just didn't know. Yeah, man, 9mm loaded, or, yeah, fully loaded magazine without one in the chamber, that's fine. That's what you feel comfortable with. Better for you to feel comfortable, to do what you feel comfortable with than not be safe.
Shoot your eye out, kid.
Yep, Merry Christmas to you, buddy. Okie dokies. Whoa. There we go. There's a big lag, man, from what we made of the comments.
Uh-oh, you got 3 thumbs downs now. going downhill.
I liked it. I clicked like to my own stuff.
I should probably do that too there. Ooh, 14 thumbs up now. Ballin'.
Okay, so what kind of torture test would be good for me to do to a Glock 17 that hasn't been done to death?
Oh,
You know, what would be something that...
legitimate fecal matter. That's what you can do. Fecal
Did you ever
matter.
see the guy that does the red hot nickel ball?
Oh, yeah. Like he drops it on ice and stuff.
Yeah, well, I messaged him and told him that I would let him do my Glock 17 frame, barring that he is close and I could be there on the video. And he never answered me back, but it got like 40 thumbs up for that comment. But I told him that I would let him put that red hot nickel ball in the polymer frame of a Glock.
Probably go right through your grip.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then when you put the magazine in, you'd have two holes where you'd see the magazine on each side, and I'd still shoot it and see what it does. So, just thought it'd be kind of cool, though. It'd go right through.
Yeah. As long as you didn't hit the, on like a Gen 4, I guess it'd be
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, so, but yeah, if I could think of something, you know, it's like there's so many things that's been done that if you do something now, everybody's like, you know, everybody points out the other video and says, we've seen that.
Yeah.
So what's left to do to a Glock that hasn't been done? One thing I was going to do was shoot 380 through a 9mm Glock because it will shoot.
Yeah.
Because the extractor holds it in place. But it's not enough to cycle the slide reliably because the Glock 380 is a blowback. But I was going to shoot some 380 rounds just to show that it could be done through a Glock 9. Put Glock in a bowl of pudding.
Yeah, that's new.
Yeah, Matt V 2099.
Yeah.
Man, he's done a lot of food stuff with the Glocks, man. He kind of owns that category.
He did the fruitcake and the AK. That was a good one.
Right. Well, the one I wanted to do that I even told him about, and I might do it myself because he didn't do it, but I wanted to do cottage cheese Glock. Just take a big Tupperware bowl full of cottage cheese and just put the Glock in it and then pull it out and fire it.
Should do personal lubricant Glock.
Well, Glocks will run on anything. I mean, he was running on that garlic
Yeah.
sauce.
Be hard to hold.
Yeah. I do have one. I didn't post a video, but I filled the firing pin chamber with oil
Yeah.
to show that it would still shoot. You know how people say tip it upside down and brush it with a dry brush, don't get oil in the firing pin channel?
Yeah.
I literally filled the firing pin channel with oil till it was running out of the gun, and then put the firing pin in and fired it.
Yeah. You think that's different with a? I mean, it's a striker versus a.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I don't know. You know, like on a SIG and stuff, and
Ask Coke Man how he likes SIGs.
huh?
Ask Coke Man how he likes SIGs.
Yeah, I had a problem with one of mine too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, Scorpion. I got that Scorpion when it came out, and I had problems with it. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I like stamped. I like stamped AKs. They actually say that stamped's even a little bit better because the stamped has a little bit of room for play. It has a little bit more give to it when it's fired. Milds are a lot heavier too.
I like
Weight
the
of the gun's
look
low.
of stamped more even. Like,
Yeah. Yep.
Builds
I
are
mean,
unique. But
there's a, I don't know the exact ounce difference, but there is a significant difference in weight on the milled. You know, you can build your own AK. You ever see guys do that? You can watch them on YouTube.
yeah.
You can like, I mean, I'm talking about from the sheet metal, bend it for your low or for your
Yeah, they make bending jigs for that.
yeah.
Lock and Load Video built one.
Oh, did he?
But I think he did it out of the parts kit.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun, man. I'd like to do that and do a video of it.
He did a screw build on his though.
Oh, yeah, because it's hard to do the rivets.
Yeah. I'd like to getting into machining and stuff now. I'd like to try my hand at milling a AR lower. But you can do that with a drill press. That's like easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't. You know, I was thinking about. I haven't seen this guy post a lot of videos lately. Remember the guy that walks around with the AR-15?
Oh, for like.
And films when the cops come up to him.
There's one specific guy who does it. I knew there was.
Yeah, his name's like Marked Guardian.
Oh no.
Yeah, is there? You should watch them. They're pretty
one.
interesting vids. He's in a state where you can carry,
Yeah.
where you can openly carry a AR-15, and he goes around to all the different counties in his state. And the police, some of the police got to know him so well, they know him by name.
I've seen a lot of those videos, but I didn't know it was one specific guy who did it.
Yeah. As far as the Mark 23, it says, is it oversized and impractical or still a viable combat handgun? To be honest with you, an HK Tactical is smaller and does everything that MK23 can do.
Mark
And
23 is just pure awesomeness.
Yeah, I love the MK23, but if I was going to carry one, it wouldn't be the MK23. It'd be the HK Tactical. I mean, the MK23 sort of reminds me of a Desert Eagle, but I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not that big. It's a little bit smaller. But if you put it next to a Desert Eagle, it looks like its brother. Just the way the shape of it is and stuff, and you know, it just looks like a smaller brother. I might be doing some Desert Eagle shooting here. I got one of my Desert Eagles here, and I've got about I don't know, maybe 8, 9 boxes of ammo, between 7 and 9 boxes of ammo.
Cokeman should be posting some more vids. Actually, that whole TMH and Cokeman.
Yeah.
Were you? Did you ever talk to William on the chats, the Skype chats?
Who's William?
Well, that about answers that.
I mean, is that the foreign guy?
Yeah, from Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming down there, so they're gonna have a shoot. He's actually should be in New York right now, on his way. So they should be having a
Yeah.
shoot.
Ruger SR762. I never even heard of it, to be honest with you. I'll have to look that up. Ruger 7. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have seen a picture of it. I like it. If it's anything like the if it runs like the AR, like their 5.56.
Have you ever used one of those?
What, the Ruger?
The Rugers?
Oh man, my cold. Oh man. No, just from what I've seen and read, I never personally had one.
Yeah.
I really haven't heard bad stuff about them.
I haven't heard much about their 1911 either.
Yeah,
They must have not done too bad.
yeah, I don't know. That Remington R1 is a really good 1911. A lot of people are having a lot of good luck with those. Pretty nice looking guns. I can really feel that NyQuil's taking effect now, man. Totally.
I'm getting about ready to call it anyways.
All right, Mike. We'll call this one a day. All right, everyone. You guys have a Merry Christmas, and thanks for watching.
See ya.
Yep, H4T later.